Fred Jones, baby. Yeah, this is G with G Sports, man. You catch me on Twitter, G_paid in full 08. Pay me the money. Money.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night, Thursday free seafood night, Friday 3-for-1 happy hour, Saturdays ladies night and always open for parties, and then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 504.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30, with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Part 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBS. That's that bullshit. It's the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We always live. Let's go. Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
Oh man. Well, everybody, this is Big Homie here, where you can catch me out on Facebook at Henry HeyYoU Singleton, or you can catch me on Twitter at HeyYoU15, babe.
Yeah, you know me, just a people person right here. I ain't got no Twitter, nothing like that, so you can look me up on Facebook at Patrick Slimgoodie Jones. It's your boy Fred. Look, you can check me out on Twitter at Fred Jones, baby. Yeah, this is G with G Sports, man. You catch me on Twitter, G_paid in full 08. Pay me the money. Money.
My city, cause we marching in. Better stack on the Saints, yeah, we marching in. Time Benson, roasted Falcon. Time Benson, we came up, they hate that. Who that nation in the building? Who that? Louisiana, to stay facts. If you love the black and gold, play.
Capital High School basketball out there in Lake Charles, the state championships. I know it's a big time deal that happened this past weekend. But we definitely gonna get into a lot of NFL free agency. You know, sometimes what quarterbacks have moved around, what places, what's the best for those teams. You know, now that the Saints have re-signed Drew Brees, we're gonna be getting to, you know, who was the best free agent signing so far and who should they continue to target. We'll get into basketball. You know, at the end of the show, NCAA Final Four, if we have some time. You know, who's your Final Four? But we're going to start this show for everybody tuning in. We appreciate it. Like the page, share the page with friends. We deeply appreciate it. Follow us on Twitter at FanView Noah. We're also there. If you're on Twitter, we appreciate it. Leave your comments and your tweets will be on the screen. So be that people follow that.
If you use hashtag FanView Live, your tweets will pop up live on the screen.
Live on the screen on Twitter. We deeply appreciate that. But if I get ready to start the show, we got breaking news. How people who do not know. Have you ever heard?
Shout out to the.
I'm about to give a shout out to them.
No, you gotta get the shout out first, baby.
Okay, won't get the shout out. I always give a shout out to my armed forces, my military, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, first responders,
Coast Guard,
local police department, local fire department. We thank y'all so much, man, for doing the services that y'all do. We deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate it. If any show does not give y'all appreciation and love, this show will always give you appreciation and love for what y'all do. We deeply, deeply appreciate it. We give y'all a big salute for the services y'all do for us as citizens for American citizens of the United States of America. Now, on to breaking news. For a lot of people who don't know, around 4 o'clock today, Tom Benson has been in the hospital for the past few weeks with the flu. But it was pronounced today around 4 o'clock today that he died at the age of 90. For a lot of people who tune in, this is a lot of breaking news. You know, New Orleans Saints owner, Pelicans owner, has passed away today. We're gonna give condolences for him and his family, but for the entire Who Dat Nation, because this is also a big sports deal. One of the oldest owners of any football franchise has been the owner of the team now since 1988, I believe.
85.
85.
I was 1 year old.
Exactly.
I was just.
I was one.
I was just born. Y'all old.
I was 1 year old. And this is the time where we could get a chance to talk about this owner and what he's accomplished as a pioneer for this team and for this organization. For anybody tuning in, leave your comments what you guys think about Tom Benson, the owner of the New Orleans Saints, and what do you guys take away the most for what he did for this team and for this franchise, for the city of New Orleans. It's a big deal. It's like a.
Well, I think it goes more when you talk about the man Tom Benson. It goes more into not just the city of New Orleans, but for the state of Louisiana. He's probably the most influential sports figure in the state of Louisiana history. You talk about a guy who came in and bought the team in '85, stopping the team from moving to Jacksonville. When he stepped in to purchase the Saints, him with the backing of then Governor Edward Edwards.
Right.
Then you think about Katrina and him having the opportunity to, like right before Katrina, they was about to go to San Antonio, and then Katrina happened, and then he keeps the Saints in Louisiana, then was one of the spearhead figures in rebuilding the city. Then he keeps the Pelicans from leaving, from jumping states. Then just what he's done, like just for the sport of football. They don't name too many things. The NFL doesn't name too many things after people. And for him to have his own thing, his own name enshrined around the Hall of Fame event, which is another person that he was just like a key figurehead to. I never knew him personally, but like you could just see the joy and what he did. He loved what he did. You could just see it. And man, it's a big loss.
It's a big loss.
It's a big loss.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It's gonna be tough not seeing Tom Benson and Gail ride on the field with the second line umbrella after games and stuff, man.
Getting the boogie on.
Yeah, but but he embodied New Orleans. A World War II vet. Came back to his hometown, made a name for himself. He embodied the city of New Orleans. He hustled to get where he was at, and build up. Man, so that's a huge loss.
Man, I think I was riding my car the other day and I heard that, I was listening to AFR, and I just heard the breaking news that Tom Benson had passed, and I was like, wow. Like, you got to sit that back and just pause for a second. Like, like, you felt like your grandfather died to a degree. Like, like somebody who's, you don't know him personally, but you feel like he was a kind of a grandfather to the city of New Orleans, to the state of Louisiana. And now to hear that news that guy like that has passed away, it's like, well, dang. Like, is he really gone? Like, you didn't really think that this day was truly coming, but it's finally upon us. And this situation, it'd have been very great for this team to really have been beaten Minnesota, and possibly played in that Vikings, played against the Eagles, and probably played in another championship, and if possibly they would have gotten and won it, it'd have been epic. Cause that's kind of a way you would want to live his life. But I'm glad to see his team and organization, hosting Lombardi Trophy, winning Lombardi Trophy, and some of the things pioneer-wise that he was able to do for this city and for this state. I mean, this man, you know, could have took the chance and, like many owners, wanted a new stadium, wanted a new building, could have just and been like, you know what, I'm getting out of here because y'all not honoring my wishes of every other team in Pacific. But no, stood inside the Superdome, kept that team right there. And this team means so much to this, not just New Orleans, but we talking about the Gulf Coast. We ain't just talking about Louisiana. We talking about Mississippi. We talking about Mobile out of back. They don't have a franchise. The Saints is their franchise. So we talking about a guy who's just not just a fan for us, but a fan for the 2 other states.
Right.
I mean, that's big. And for a guy to live that, you know, to live a life and, you know, keep this team here. Now we talking about what, since '85? Well, they've been here before that, but he's been on since '85.
He's been on since '85.
Come on, man! This is one of the most influential owners of the NFL. You know,
he's up there with the Rooneys, the
Yeah.
Jerry Jones. You know, he's on the team longer than Robert Kraft has on the team.
correct, and he's been one of those, you know, owners for sport franchise. You know, and to keep the Pelicans here. You know, when they transferred from George Shin, but they weren't able to stay. But he came and became the only owner, not piece and pieces. No, I'm about the whole entire thing. It's powerful to see a guy like that pass at 90. I mean, it's a big deal.
Man, Tom Benson is all I knew. I mean, through the paper bags, over the heads.
$35 tickets.
When they was playing in Tulane Stadium, you know, I mean, I was too young to remember that, but I remember my uncles and them talking about, you know, those times. And one of the things that Tom Benson did while he was an owner as the Saints is he was good with the players. He was good with his coaching style. He was good with the people in the front office. You know, if you're talking to a lot of people around the NFL about their owner, half of them don't like the owner.
Yep.
They can't stand the owner. They have no relationship with the players. The players probably see the owner maybe once a year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Tom Benson was different. He was interacting with the players in the locker room.
Right.
He would come on the field after games and congratulate them, and during halftime, and he would come during training camp, do stuff out in the community. And that was one of the things that I really admired about Tom Benson. You know, he got out in the community and he built businesses up in New Orleans.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what he did.
I work for one of those businesses.
I mean,
I'm just being honest.
he believed in building the community up, giving people jobs, giving people opportunities.
Right.
And everybody that you talk to that's really that has a relationship with Tom Benson, everybody says one key word: genuine.
Yeah.
He was a real genuine person. I got a good friend of mine. He's a finance manager at the Tom Benson dealership, Best Chevrolet, and he said he met Tom Benson, I think, about 5 or 6 times. And he was like, bro, this dude got a heart of gold. Like, he'll give you the shirt off his back. You wouldn't even think that he's a millionaire or he's a owner of a franchise. He acts just like me or you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of things that I've heard about him over the years. And all the stuff that went on with him with his children, you know, all that stuff. You never heard him come out publicly and get ugly or say any kind of disgraceful things about his kids or what was going on. He always kept it classy, always was looking to have a good time, always was looking to help somebody. So that's the things that I remember about Tom Benson. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, you don't have too many owners like that in pro sports.
Correct.
Period.
We ain't talking about just football. We talking about pro sports.
Man, you just don't find people like Tom Benson. And the times that he did do interviews, you heard him speak, you could tell it was from the heart. And he gonna be missed. I hope the way this play out, you know, with his wife and his
granddaughter.
I hope it don't get ugly. I don't remember what happened exactly with all the stuff that was going on when it was going back and forth to court.
The kids were the story goes the kids were the heirs, or the initial heirs to everything that Tom had. But his granddaughter has been there with him in the fire, you know, learning what's going on, learning how to conduct stuff while the kids.
But the granddaughter, the one that wanted to move him, wasn't it?
The kids.
Or the daughter.
The daughter.
The daughter wanted to move him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the kid, the granddaughter was like just sitting there learning, you know, how grandpa takes care of business and stuff. And then eventually he realized that, you know what, I'm not going to pass on something that I love so much to somebody that's not
invested in.
And so he put it, you know, he said, you know what, y'all still gonna get your money when I go, but as far as the ownership of this team is going to the granddaughter, and then they said he's not
senile.
Yeah, he's
losing
not
his mind,
physically and mentally capable of making decisions like that. And then I'm glad that the trial ended the way it did. Them saying that Benson is the same, isn't innocent in like mind, because that would have been an ugly way to end all of this going forward. So that was.
But now we got a situation where this team still is gonna. For people don't understand, the Saints are not leaving New Orleans. I think when people looking at what about the Saints now? What's going on now that the guy who's been the head guy for the team now for 3 decades is now passed. It's like, listen, I don't think the Saints will ever leave New Orleans. I think that this team means too much to too many communities. Like I said originally, we talking about it's not just New Orleans. Baton Rouge don't have a pro football team. They may have LSU, but they don't have a pro football team.
Right.
We talking about that. We talking about from Baton Rouge to Mobile, Alabama. The Saints organization is their pro football team, and it's a iconic pro football team. To me, it's one of those same pro football teams that I can put up there with the Green Bay Packers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. You see what I'm saying? Those kind of what those organizations and friends mean to those communities and what surrounds them.
Not for his rings.
Not for his rings.
Yeah.
But suppose what they mean to those communities and what surrounds them.
Just think about I put them in the same boat as a Cleveland Browns. Like a diehard, everybody wants you. Just think about what the city of Cleveland went through. And they still had the Indians, they still had the Cavs, but when they lost their football team, it was like, man, we don't want to do nothing no more. We can't believe you, Art. And then next thing you know, when in '99, when the Browns came back, they're consistently losing, but that stadium is packed.
It's packed. It's packed.
And in a winter up north, where it snows, you go and watch an 0-16 team, and you there. That's the type of fans that we have.
Right.
When it was good, it was when it was good, it was great.
Right.
When it was bad, they would show up to. I remember that was one day my grandpa took me to. I remember when it was we had Toy Cook, Craig Ironhood, Haywood, Bobby Abrams,
Sam Mills.
And grandpa took me there, $35 a ticket, had cut my little paper bag up. We right there on the 50-yard line watching the game with that paper bag. But it was packed. You know what I'm saying? It was whether we win or lose, it's ours.
Right.
And Tom Benson understood that the Saints is ours.
Right.
And he didn't, he always worked with the governors. All right, well, yeah, we know we could get this much out of it, but we'll do this. We want a new stadium, but okay, we'll just keep renovating the Superdome. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much that he's done.
Right.
For the sport.
It could have been easy for a guy like that to take that team and say, I'm not getting a new stadium. I'm not getting this. I'm going to hold the NFL to the fire and get this team out of here. But it means, listen, this team means a lot for too many people in these communities. I think if the Saints were never here, at that time basically moved this team, it'd have been devastating for this whole community. I don't think New Orleans would be the attraction that it would be without the Saints not involved in this city. I think it'd still be a tourism place to a lot of people, but the attraction is because they have a pro football team, and it's a popular football team, and they rocking and rolling, and they got swag with them. It's a deep something that has a lot to do with the fact that the New Orleans Saints are in New Orleans. When you come down to the city, it's like, man, it's a certain culture. Why? Because you got the Saints there, man, and that's just what it is. That's a big piece of it, and he's part of that piece. That's just what it is. He's an iconic guy. I would love to see if anybody driving past the Superdome, somebody let me know. I want to see black and gold up on that Superdome right now. I would love to see that right now.
They got
to put an umbrella on there too.
Put an umbrella up there.
People are starting to come around the Benson Stadium and putting the Mardi Gras beads with the Florida leaf on it.
Yeah.
For real?
Mm-hmm. But other breaking news.
It's starting to hit home. Go ahead.
Other breaking news though was something that also is close to, to New Orleans natives. Ronald Gresser, the guy who killed Joe McKnight, was given 30 years today for killing. it was. I hate to call this a victory because there's kids out there now. There's 2 kids that's growing up without their father, but justice is served.
The system played itself out, and he was found guilty, and he's been found guilty, and his punishment is 30 years in jail for this crime. But it's still stuck. It really hasn't sunk in yet for me. Like dang, like we're in a situation. You're in a playoff movement with the Pelicans. The Pelicans are finally, for the first point in time in this team's history, where this team looked like a very competitive team,
right,
under the ownership of Tom Benson. And I mean, I wonder what guys like Anthony Davis have to say, what guys like Drew Brees have to say. A guy like Mickey Loomis, who's been here. And think about, listen, people don't understand the loyalty of this guy who committed to people. Mickey Loomis has been the GM of the team since 2001. We talking about a 17-year stretch, guys. I mean, that's a lot of time. They got a lot of people who probably worked inside Benson Tower, who, we talk about, from a business perspective, you see what I'm saying, right there next to the Superdome. People who probably worked on Airline Highway, probably been working there for years. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just interested to see how this.
I can't wait to just get the reactions from the players. Drew Brees, Sean Payton, Mickey Loomis.
Malcolm Jenkins came out earlier, wrote and that's something. Guy, right. He just won a Super Bowl. This is the team that drafted you, and he had nothing but great things to say about Tom Benson. That shows you the type of guy that
Tom Benson was.
That's crazy,
That's
man.
crazy.
But I tell you one thing I'm looking forward to too, G. I want to see that behind the scenes stuff. Because one thing that Mike Detillier said was there's a lot of stuff that Tom Benson did for folks and businesses that he just didn't want his name a part of, just because, not saying that he was ashamed of it, but yeah, I'm helping you out. You ain't got to tell everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to see that reactions on top of, like G said, the reactions of a Zach Street,
who just had an emotional press conference.
And did you see how he had to say about Drew?
Man, you saw Drew?
Drew was Drew was serious. He was emotional. And for people who don't understand, Drew knew about his contract, his extension. But he decided not to. I heard he decided not to say anything because of the announcement of Zach Strief and their retirement. He want that moment to let that be with Zach, which is his teammate.
I think that it's something about the New Orleans franchise that touches people, because everybody that leaves New Orleans and even they retire. Man, Robert Meacham came out, I remember, during the season, and he was saying how when he was in New Orleans, that was some of the best times of his life. And he even was talking about with college, when he was at Tennessee, like playing with the Saints was some of the best times of his life. Alvin Kamara have said it on a number of occasions about how New Orleans is a special place, the culture, the people. Just the way the city embraces you is different.
It's different.
And everybody that comes to New Orleans say the same thing. It's just something about New Orleans. It's something about this town, this city. It's how the people are. It's just something about it. It's different.
It's different.
And to piggyback on what you said, like what you just saying, that made me thought about Mike McKenzie. Mike McKenzie, for people, like especially our generation, when you think of Mike McKenzie, you don't think of the Saints right away. You think of the Packers, because that's what he made his name and all this stuff. And he played for the Saints, like for 3 years. He was part of the Super Bowl team there. But he spent most of his time in Green Bay. You would think that after he finished playing and stuff, Green Bay is where he could get anything done. Everybody will always know him. He's on a member team with Favre and Darren Sharper and all those guys. You just knew that he can just make it there.
Right.
He chose to live in New Orleans, start a trucking company in New Orleans, and strictly do everything in New Orleans. It's like, and Tom Benson was one of the ones that helped him. Like, hey man, go talk to this guy, get your financial planner, and then move in this direction. It's like you just see it more and more. Joe Horn,
right,
the guy that traveled all around in the NFL, came back to New Orleans. Ricky Williams, look, he comes back, religiously.
Right.
It's just, and I think that's the type of environment that Tom Benson built. Most of our free agency guys, especially under his tenure, been like second chance guys.
Right.
Yeah.
League done shunned you. You ain't got it no more. Mm-hmm. Come on to the Saints.
Yeah.
Look, this is a rebirth city.
Mm-hmm.
Everything musical say rebirth when you come to New Orleans.
That's why he always walking around with that second line from Brother Ben.
Look, man, and I'm telling you what.
Getting it in.
I'm telling you what. It is a party up in heaven right now.
Yeah.
Look, they probably bought a Satchmo out there, little nice little brass band for him. St. Michael opened the gate and he came in there strutting.
Again, man. When I was driving my car and I heard that news, I'm like, whoa. Again, it's just like a reflection of it. Like,
right.
Like you talking about a guy who is a iconic figure. He will always be an iconic figure to the city of New Orleans. If you talk about putting a statue up, put a statue up of Tom Benson. A guy who's the owner of the organization for that team and for so long. I mean, here's what the part that's as a fan that I'm looking at now that he is passed and he's gone, and it's not right now, but I'm talking about maybe for the next 5 or 10 years to see what he's established and what he has built, and now we don't truly know what's taking over or who's taking over or who's going to be the people in place. Obviously, I believe that he's one of the smartest businessmen that I've heard of growing up. So I'm quite sure people have been in place to know that, hey, listen, if this time comes, this is what you're called upon to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of guy I believe that Tom Benson is. So I'm interested to see, between the Saints franchise and the Pelicans franchise, the people who probably been called upon what to do. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know what happened when he's in place. I knew, it was not just more than just winning. It's about building businesses and building people up. And, also we want to be a winner. But now I want to see what the people who've been in position are called upon to do the next 5 or maybe 10 years, because I don't want to see what this man took his whole generation of life to create just fall by the wayside, or don't, it's not merit, of what he had a chance to establish, because he's not there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I think that's why he moved the airship from his kids to his granddaughter. Because think about when you see Tom Benson at the draft, you'll see Gail, and then you'll see his granddaughter.
And shout out to Gail, man. Shout out to Gail. Being there by his side.
True wife.
And all the things that the daughter was saying about Gail. And I know people could put on the front, but everybody that talked about Gail, bro, they had nothing but good stuff to say about him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say, man, she truly loved Tom Benson for who he was as a person. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the fame. It was about him as a person. And she was there by his side when he died today.
You could tell, he was in the hospital. He was at Oxford Medical Center for 3 weeks. She was there 3 weeks. And we all got kids. Look, let me tell you something. Staying in the hospital ain't look, that little cot ain't hidden
at all
in the room
at all.
Hey, look, I know they got money, but it ain't much room. It's not like you can roll in a certain fit mattress, and make it. But the thing is, she was there.
She was there
from beginning to the end.
Man, listen, I don't know, man. It's just I'm interested to see what the people who are in position in place to do, to see what they do. Going forward with the Saints and with the. I believe the Saints are ultimately going to stay here. For the rest of their day. Now the Pelicans, on the other hand.
Well, no, you can't say that. You hope.
I hope. I mean, I'm talking about from my generation life. I hope to see that. But that's time will tell. I don't know how long the Pelicans can be here, but time will tell. If one had to go first, I forecast the Pelicans would be gone first before the Saints will move. It's just the rich are how the Saints are versus what the Pelicans are trying to do. But again, condolences to him and his family and everybody in Who That Nation. We lost it's like we lost a grandfather.
Yeah.
That's
all we like. Hey, G said it perfectly early. Most of us, especially our generation, born in 80, 84, 85, 86. Tom Benson is all we know.
That's all we know, bro. That's all we know, bro.
We know 3 coaches and we know Tom Benson. That's it. That's it.
And I think what make Tom Benson even more of an icon for not just the city of New Orleans, but Louisiana as a whole, is like he's a true Louisiana person. Like he was born in the 7th Ward. He from the 7th Ward. He a hard head. Tom Benson is a hard head.
Why you think he know how to do that 2-step so right?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he from the 7th Ward. He really from the city. He went to, he graduated from Brother Martin. I think it was called something else back in the day when he went there. But this guy lives and bleeds New Orleans. And I think when you get, because most of these owners not from where their team is located.
Shaq Khan, who owned the Jacksonville Jaguars, he ain't from Jacksonville.
You know what I'm saying? Most of those people not from the. When you get an owner that's from the actual city, they own the team in. You gonna get. That's why John Benson was so genuine to the people and to this community and why he did so much. This dude donated $7.5 million to Tulane for them to rebuild Yeoman Stadium.
Look what
you know what I'm saying?
Look what he did at Nichols. Have y'all been in Nichols campus lately? That's all Tom Benson.
Yeah. He's done. That's why I say he's done so much for businesses, for these schools. Incarnated Word.
Yeah.
In San Antonio. Mm-hmm. He did so much for that school. I mean, he's done a lot of different things. We can go on and on about what he's done. But I think when the fact that he's from this area,
right,
that's what made it that made things so genuine. Since he got ownership of this team in 1985, that's what made it so worth our while, because he understood what New Orleans people like.
Right.
He understood what we were about. Mm-hmm. When he sees somebody from New Orleans, he could tell. I mean, he could relate. And that means something to people.
It means something.
When you can relate to me and you know what I know, what I want to happen, to have a good time, and he just was that kind of person, bro. And I'm sorry he had to leave this world, you know what I'm saying? But he's in a better place, man. Tom Benson, get your rest, man. Who that?
Man, look, I just before we switch, that what G said was just so paramount. Because let's be 100% real. Most of these athletes come from rough upbringing. Yeah. But goddamn it, what's rougher than goddamn the 7th Ward?
Right.
Especially the time when Tom Benson was coming up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then this man went World War II. You know what I'm saying? In the Navy, where they bomb you. You know what I'm saying? And to come back and to come back to the 7th Ward, then make his moves. Man, look, he did so much. Most of the stuff he probably did won't ever be heard. But the thing was, he kept us smiling. He challenged the fans in New Orleans to say, look, come there, cheer for us when we do something good, cheer for us when we do something bad, but just cheer for us because we represent New Orleans. That's the perfect thing.
Yes.
Because think about how he changed the dynamic of the Dome. I remember, look, like I said, I remember when them tickled $35, getting there, and it was like, yeah. Then, like, man, when, like, Tell Inner Mike Dicker going into Jimmy Haslam, man, we got Jeff Blake and Aaron Brooks, man, that Dome just started doing something. And Tom Benson was, like, when you see a guy just walking on the field, look, we just beat a team that was 3-0. Because I remember going to our bye week, and we won our first game of the season, and he came out there and just started playing the second line music with the umbrella. Everybody like, man, what? I'm like, wait, that's what we do down here.
And you know you're not supposed to have an umbrella open inside of a building.
But hey, damn it, I paid for it.
Yeah. I'm a boss.
There it is.
Tom Benson, man.
Rest in peace, baby. Rest in peace.
Get your rest, man. Get your rest.
Well, listen,
No
man,
more suffering.
That's it.
90 years, baby. Hey, man,
He lived a good life.
Hell of a life, man.
He lived his purpose.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Now, we got to shift gears real quick. Man, first of all, while we shift gears, I just want to give a huge congratulations to the men and the women high school basketball champions. Mm-hmm. And even if you didn't win, the participants, y'all put on a good show. Our co-host G Sports was there throughout the whole weekend in Lake Charles. You can go to gsports.com or follow him on Twitter, G_paid in full. He got the highlights. He got some of the interviews with winning coaches, losing coaches, player reaction, and he got the raw footage. Like that Walsman game. The shot that sent him into the overtime. Like just the general real reaction from the fans and the players. So G, give us give us some highs and lows from that.
Man.
Even though HL wasn't there. Like I told y'all, 1.5 stand up. But AJ Rain, I still love you, baby. But I told y'all, baby, don't come in on the West.
Scored on a 1 point in the fourth quarter.
Hey,
1 point. It was a 4-point game going into the fourth. Pissed on their leg in the fourth quarter. Hey, but man, as always, man, the top 20 is a great event. Those kids, man, they put their hearts on the line, you know, in front of a packed house, and gave us what we wanted to see. In 5A, you know, we had Nagata Central and Walker in the semis. Walker just dismantled Nagata Central, man. I mean, like I said, I've been saying all year, you can go back and run the footage. I said Walker was the best team in 5A in my mind, and they proved it against a well-coached Nagata Central team. Landry Walker beat Ouachita by 3, advanced to the championship. And Walker ended up beating Landry Walker in the championship to win 5A, man. Landry Walker was up 8 points with a little over a minute. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, people started heading for the exits. Man, I'm watching the game. I'm watching the game, bro. I'm looking. I want to see DeWine Griffin, the point guard for Landry Walker, gets an and one, hits the free throw. They up 8. It's like a minute 15. People start getting up out their seats.
Yeah.
Getting out of there. A couple people text me, well, look like Landry Walker got their 4th-state championship in the last 5 years. I was like, yeah, bro, they tough. Next thing you know, they start turning the ball over, man. Next thing you know, it goes in overtime, and Walker prevails. And I got to give a big shout-out, man.
That's huge for Livingston Parish.
Yeah, bro. And they came out and supported. I mean, it was deep. It was deep with Walker fans out there, bro.
Y'all went to Southeastern. Hey, man, look, Livingston is that.
They was out there, bro. And I gotta give a big shout out, man, to the freshman on Walker team, Brian Thomas, man, was named MVP of the top 28 in 5A, man. A freshman. He played his tail off. He was a real big reason why they came back and beat Landry Walker. Down 8 with a little over a minute to go in the game. The sophomore, Jalen Cook, the point guard, one of the best guards in the state regardless of class. He played big down the stretch. The big Jalen Perkins, the 6'6" kid for Walker, man, played his tail off.
That was a great game, bro.
That Walker really showed what they was capable of throughout the top 28, and they made me look good and win that 5A state championship because I said they were the best team in 5A all year. But that was a hell of a matchup with them and Landry Walker in that overtime game. 4A, Karen Crow faced off against Woodlawn on Shreveport. That was another classic game. Karen Crow was up 2 with 5 seconds left to go in the game. Instead of Woodlawn on Shreveport trying to go for the tie, they go for the win. The ball goes in and out. That was a hell of a way. For that game to end. I mean, Karen Crow. I picked them to win 4-8 too. But Woodlawn, Shreveport, and Kenny Sykes, man, gave them guys all they could handle. 3-8. Nah, this was not a surprise that they won. It was a surprise how they won. Madison Prep went against Peabody. We all know Peabody got rings for days. But Madison Prep has won state championships in 1A and 2A over the last 3 years. They won their 4th state championship on Saturday night, beating a historic, prestigious Peabody team. And everybody thought that by Madison Prep moving up to 3A, they were going to struggle and they weren't going to be able to get it done. But they ended up beating Peabody, man, 69-50. And I mean, and they just played their tail off. Shout out to Jeff Jones, the head coach of Madison Prep. One of their best players, Kobe Julian, who was a UL commit or UL signee, tore his ACL. They didn't even play, and they still was able to get it done and win convincingly against a tough Peabody team. 2A, Rayville played against North Cato. It was a blowout. Rayville won 79-51. Rayville, I gotta say, is one of the best teams, regardless of class, in the state of Louisiana. I don't care if they're in 2A. They could go play anybody in the state, and they can go toe-to-toe and probably win. Watch out for this kid. He's a junior. His name is Malik Wilson.
He wide receiver on their football team.
Be on the lookout for this kid, man. This kid big time. Will Wade, the LSU head coach, was in attendance to watch him in person, and he showed out, scored 25 points, was the MVP of the top 28 and 2A. White Castle beat Dell. That wasn't even a game. White Castle won 64-42. Shout out to White Castle, man. They always in the mix to win 1A every year. And then in Class C, Simbro beats Woolley 67-50.
You gotta worry about that. Don't even worry about
and then and then in Class B, you got Summerfield. They beat Simpson 62-44. Wasn't even a game. And to be honest with you, I didn't even cover those games because that's how bad it was. Right. Division 1, Scotlandville won. I want to say it was their third state championship in the last 4 years. They beat St. Paul convincingly 63-40. Javante Smart goes out on top, even though he didn't win the MVP. The sophomore Reese Beekman won it. I want to say he finished the game with 23 points, but Javante Smart went out on top, man. Hell of a career for him. 3 state championships in 4 years. I mean, you can't say no more. No, you can't do nothing better than that.
Can't do better than that.
St. Thomas More in Division 2, they beat U High 65-55. It was a hell of a game. St. Thomas
called
More.
it, baby. I told you, U High wasn't gonna do it.
St. Thomas More. The coaching aspect of that game prevailed them in that game. St. Thomas More showed why they belong in the state championship and showed why they coaches is some of the best coaches in the state.
That 1-3-1 they run. It's like what Jim Behan used to do with that zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they perfected, they believe it.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
And Division 3, Dunham beat Episcopal. This was an all Baton Rouge final. Dunham won by 49-48. Jordan Wright, the junior, hit 2 key shots down the stretch to win that game to prevail his team over Episcopal to win the state championship. And it was very, very it was good for them to be able to bounce back from what happened last year against Country D. They got blew out. I want to say they lost by 20 plus points last year against Country D in the state championship. For them to come back and beat Episcopal in dramatic fashion like that, that was good for Coach Pixley and Jordan Wright, who's one of the best players in the state, to win that game by 1 in dramatic fashion. Division 4, Lafayette Christian beat St. Mary's in convincing fashion, 52-35. Greg Williams, who's one of the best players in the state, who's signed to St. John's University, was named. A matter of fact, he didn't even get the MVP of the top 28. But he was the best player on the court, hands down. But he leads his team to another state championship 2 years in a row over St. Mary's in Division 4. And in Division 5, Jehovah Jireh beats Crescent City 65-49.
Out of BR.
Out of BR, man.
I represent.
Yeah, Crescent City won it last year, but Jehovah Jireh gave them all they could handle this year, and Jehovah Jireh won it all. All in all, the top 20 was good, but like I said last time I was on the show, they got too many goddamn state championships. It was 12 state champions. It's watered down, and no disrespect to Lake Charles, but they need to move the state championship back to Lafayette. Move back to Lafayette, man. Lake Charles, you know, it's a good little straight little town. But let's move back to Lafayette, man. Get it back in that Cajun Dome, man. Something like that. I will be coming out with my first team, second team, and third team for the top 28 of all classes combined. Be on the lookout for that on tomorrow and see if you made the team.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can check. You can catch all this information and the highlights at gsports.com, baby. And you know we'll share it also on our fan page.
I'm interested to see that. I'm interested to see who made team 1, 2, and 3.
Now look,
I don't do the politically correct thing.
Let me tell y'all something. We done said our condolences. We done cheered for the verdict of Joe McKnight's murderer. You know what I'm saying? We done got our high school out the way. But God damn it, it's free agency football, baby. It's time, baby. It's time, Lord.
But listen, I want to start it off with this. It is time. Obviously, since free agency started.
Don't you say nothing about a damn quarterback.
What's wrong with the quarterbacks?
We don't want to talk about it.
I wish we could have got Teddy Bridgewater, man.
We got you, man. Get into the meat and potatoes of it, baby.
Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes of it, baby.
God damn it,
Teddy Bridgewater, like he about to go to the Jets.
He went to the Jets.
Man,
He signed with the Jets.
Look, let me tell y'all something.
With the Jets.
First of all, whoever the owner of the Cleveland Browns, I want to give you first a hand clap for signing a football guy as the GM. You go get John Dorsey. If you don't know who he is, just look at the Kansas City Chiefs the past couple of years. There was a laughingstock before he got there. He comes there and he builds that team.
Fumbling from the Patriots before Kansas City.
Now, look at what he's done for you in your first 3 days of free, just like leading up into free agency. Look what he did. Look what he did for you. Traded for Jarvis Landry. Everybody like, oh man, we need a quarterback. Shut up, I'm not done. Give me Tyrod Taylor. Oh man, wait, hold on. Okay, well, shut up, I'm not done. We still got our first and our fourth number 1 overall pick. You were saying something, sir? Oh, okay. Well, let me go get Carlos Hyde. Now we got Carlos Hyde. We got Duke Johnson. We got Jarvis Landry. Still got Corey Coleman. Josh Gordon back in the mix.
The tight end from Miami.
David Njoku is going into the second year with Tyrod Taylor. You got experience across the board with an underrated offensive line because they just couldn't put up points last year. You didn't know how good they were. Man, let me tell you, you fixed all your problems without touching the draft. So what does that do for you when it comes draft time? Now you can either trade back and get more players, or you can sit there and just build for depth with quality, good depth. Shit, man, that's a hell of a move, baby.
You got to give Cleveland credit. That's just for you to keep those first two picks intact and make the moves that they made.
And you still got 5 picks in the top 65.
You have to give credit at what credit is due when it comes to that. That's just no way around that. To me, Cleveland probably had one of the best off seasons throughout all the teams you're looking at right now. I like what the 49ers did by adding Richard Sherman onto their team. I like kind of what they did. They got cap space, but they didn't go ridiculously crazy. They brought in some things of need. You know, they let Carlos Hyde go because you could kind of look at their team and say, okay, they're going to go a different direction.
But they went got Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They got Jerick McKinnon. They got
good third down back.
Good third down back. You see what I'm saying? You know, so they're looking pretty decent in their situation. You know, the Vikings giving Kirk Cousins that money. I'm not too sold on it. For you to give a guy who has not played in one playoff game and lost, to give him a 3-year, $86 million deal and fully guarantee the whole thing?
That's the only problem, the fully guaranteed part.
I'm not buying it.
But not playing in one. You forget when we got Drew. Drew ain't playing a playoff game.
Yeah, but I ain't give him no. It was a 6-year deal, $60 million, but it wasn't $60 million. It was guaranteed.
Huge. It was huge at the time. It was you couldn't guarantee money back then.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So don't use the playoff part. The thing is, they needed a quarterback. They let everything that they had in house walk for a reason. Look, they offered Drew $60 million guaranteed to come play for him. Yeah,
but I think that offer was to try to offset what they're trying to negotiate. I think most people knew Drew Brees was not leaving. The Saints could not do something then, yes, but it's not about money with Drew. So I think you had a point in time in his career where he wants to finish right here. So I don't think Drew Brees was never really leaving the waters. I don't think that was truly like a true option. You could put it out there. You have to come with some ridiculous number to say, okay, listen, this money talks.
It's tough to say, here G, it's $60 million guaranteed. Look, you see what his finger just did? Look, he heard $60 million guaranteed. His finger just started doing that. Look, man, it's just something.
But we talking about, you know, we talked about this New Orleans culture when we started this show, and he's part of that now. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna get $50 million from the Saints. It's not a guaranteed deal, but you could say it's a guaranteed deal because he's gonna play here 2 years. But go to Minnesota and learn a whole other system, learn another offense, and learn all those things.
I still think we overpaid for Drew.
I don't think so.
I think we did. I mean, Drew, like I said before, what you trying to do? You trying to break the bank? Or you trying to win a Super Bowl? And we gave him 2 years, $48 million with $27 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
You should have gave him $15 million guaranteed. 12.
He took a hell of a hometown this time. When you look at, especially this free agent, when you look at what people are getting paid right now,
what Jimmy Garoppolo got,
and you got to think he's part of that what is it, the chair panel for the NFLPA. You know, so his job is to advocate for, you know,
contracts.
for not only for him but for what's behind him. I think, you know, we got off easy.
Dog, listen.
And it's mostly incentive based.
It's $27 million guaranteed. That's $13.5 million a year. So my thing is, Drew, you didn't got paid enough, dog. You got Jimmy Johns. Like I said, you got Booker Jimmy Johns all over the place. Y'all them kids, man, you all kind of tax write-offs, man. Man, why you got to tear us up for $13.5 million a year like that? So my thing is this: why he couldn't get $7-8 million a year?
No quarterback makes $7-8 million.
Man, listen, dog. Listen.
Backups.
Listen, dog.
Name a starter quarterback that's not on a rookie deal that makes less than $10 million a year.
Dog, he made $22 million last year. His net worth is $130 million.
Well, shit, man, hey.
No, so you telling me if by him getting $6 million over the next 2 years, that's $12 million, that was gonna affect his life going forward? Man, stop.
Look, man, Huggies.
Come on, dog.
Man, he probably used high-end Huggies.
Man, the man net worth $130 million.
Man, Huggies probably come down.
Drew ain't buying nothing like that.
Man, you got kids, man. They like Peppa Pig, and he probably got the real Peppa Pig showing up. While me and you showing our kid Peppa Pig on TV, he probably got the real Peppa Pig in there.
He had the real PJ Masks coming by the house.
He got the real Paw Patrol. He got real dogs that's talking. Man.
His net worth $130 million. His net worth is $130 million, dog. That man, dog, like, my thing is this, bro.
Set yourself up for afterlife.
How old he is? How old Drew is? 40? 39? He's 39 years old.
Approaching 40. He be 40 this year.
Dog, you can't tell me. And listen, I love Drew Brees. I think Drew Brees is arguably top 5 all time. Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion. But we did not have to get this man $27 million guaranteed, dog. We didn't. We should have pushed that number to like, nah. If y'all won't make it incentive based, and we're gonna give him $50 million and make it more incentive based and give him about $15 guaranteed, $15 million guaranteed, that's still $7.5 million a year.
When you say incentive based, you mean like, okay, if he reaches a certain amount of yards,
he can get the whole $50 million.
If he reaches 5,000 yards, he can
get the whole 50
touchdowns.
It just,
they get to the postseason, they got a certain amount of wins.
It's a 2-year $50 million guarantee, 27 is guaranteed. It's just $2 million over half.
What you mean?
It's just $2 million over half of what his contract worth, fully guaranteed.
I think it's
I'm confused on what you're saying.
It's 2-year $50 million, right? 27 of his guaranteed, so he just got $2 million. It's just $2 million more guaranteed than half of his contract. So if anything happened, they're not losing big. You got the best quarterback. You probably 1A, 1B in your conference, not just division, in your conference for almost like the worst ranked quarterback salary in your conference.
I'm gonna read what Chris McAllister had to say. Man, Mario McAllister says,
how you put Chris in front of Mario?
Okay,
okay.
Mario McAllister says bring Sue to New Orleans, and he also had a comment of the Browns should take Barkley from Penn State, which I agree. The Browns should call Barkley with that first overall pick.
I say trade back.
Dog, listen. Do y'all know Drew Brees is on Forbes list? On Forbes list. Hey,
but this is what Chris Cooper says. He said, shaking my head, who works to get paid less? We are lucky to have Drew back in the Warriors for the price, ?
Man,
he turned down $60 million and took $50 million.
I don't want to hear that, dog. Dog, he ranked number 48 out of celebrities. Hey. At the top 100, he's ranked 48. He's ranked 11th. World highest paid athletes, man.
Most of that
come on, man, dog. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He got 7 endorsements. Avocare, Wrangler, Microsoft, Nike, PepsiCo, Gamble, Verizon. Man, come on, dog.
You mad for that man using what he using?
Dog, I'm saying this, dog. I'm saying this. Man, you getting money from all over the place, man.
Hey,
you got all kind of stuff going on. You can't tell me you had to tear us up for $13.5 million a year like that.
But you acting like Drew the one that say, look, give me $13 million a year.
Man, I promise you, Tom Condon, who was his agent, came in there and was like this, look, y'all know Drew top 5 all time. Don't act stupid if you want. We want $27 million guaranteed. We want a $50 million contract and the rest of incentive. Make it happen. And they felt impelled to have to make that deal.
Man,
but guess what, though?
Drew wasn't going nowhere. He said it.
Well, then we should have lowballed him. We should have lowballed him. And listen, I don't want to make it seem like I didn't want Drew back, because I do want him back, because I still think he's playing at a high level. Even though I think his deep ball ain't what it used to be, but I still think he's playing at a high level. But with all that being said, dog, we could have did some other stuff with that money.
All right,
that's all I'm saying. And if you truly trying to win the Super Bowl, dog, you could have took $7 million a year versus $13.5.
Now, but this says he gave away $10 million, and Mario McCaskey said, but without Brees, the Saints are 3-13.
Also, while we on the free
debate,
the man is ranked 11 on highest paid athletes, and he's ranked 48 out of celebrities. That mean music people too. He's ranked 48 out of 100.
So he said another $10 million wouldn't hurt him. 2 years, $40 million.
Look, while we're on the free agency talk, make sure y'all go to our Twitter page at FanView Live. There's a poll out, and also if you hashtag FanView Live, your comment will pop up on the screen.
And Ariel Davis is agreeing with G Sports. She said, Jimmy Johns and walk-ons, he has money.
He got money.
Man, look.
He got money.
Man, look, this is the thing. You don't give me 27 guarantee for what I'm. Look, this is what I'm paid. This is my job. This is my job. You don't pay me for what my job is and on my performance. If I walk, what you gonna do?
See, that's what Drew. His integrity needs to come in play.
That is my integrity.
No, ain't no integrity, dog. Dog, you paid.
How does that integrity?
You're paid.
Man, look,
your net worth is $130 million. That's just his net worth.
That's just like saying Bill Gates come in here right now, make a computer program for us for FanView right now, and not expecting us to give him money.
Totally different.
How?
Totally different.
It's his job, and he paid.
Man, Drew is 39 years old.
Bill Gates is 60.
His arm is deteriorating.
His Bill Gates' mind is deteriorating.
I agree with that. But all I'm saying, dog, listen,
pay me for my job.
Listen, dog.
All I'm saying, G Sports is crazy. Ask him if he take $50 million over $60 million, because he could have took $60 million for the Vikings.
Man,
$60 million guaranteed.
Why would you uproot? He got a nice house in Mandeville.
Shit,
nice house in Mandeville. Nice.
Hold on, like you said, like
his children go to a nice school. They already acclimated with the community. We wouldn't go do all that. You think he about to leave Louisiana, go to the cold in Minnesota? Look, uproot his family. Man, that man wouldn't go do all that. Man,
you just said the man paid, G. He can fly a private jet back home every day. He paid. He number 11 on the Forbes list. He number 11 on the Forbes list. He number 41 on
the man is 48 on Forbes list.
See? So why he can't fly a private jet?
He 48 on Forbes list. You can't tell me. You know, that's what he should have did. He should have went into the meeting. If you really want to win a Super Bowl and bring, if you really truly want to bring a Super Bowl to the city of New Orleans again, you should have came in to meet you, Mickey Loomis. Look. What I need to get paid for us to be able to go out and spend the money to be able to make this team formidable to win a Super Bowl?
2 years, $50 million, 27 guaranteed. You cool with that?
Well, you know what, Mickey Loomis? You're on cocaine.
It's a hell of a drug.
You was in that hotel room with Odell Beckham in that Instagram model.
No, I was there with the Miami coach. Off the booty.
Something.
Off the booty, baby. No, but this is the thing. This is the thing.
Like, y'all don't feel me on that?
No, because this the only thing. This the only way I'll be 100% with you, G. If this was hindering us from making the moves that we want to make,
we could make more moves.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like if this was hindering us from making the move that I want to make, that I say, hey, G, I'm like, hey, Drew, you fucked us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If this team was not competitive,
like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But the past few years ago.
But you know what I'm saying? I think another thing with I'm about to say Jim Island. With Jeff Island has stopped Mickey from jumping out there head first and spending big on a free agent. Say, look, man, we can get these quality guys right here. Let's pay our guys in-house and keep this train going. That was it. Now, if it was a situation where, like, we could have got Jarvis, this guy, and this guy, but, you know what I'm saying, giving Drew a contract knocks out all three of these guys out of contention. I'm like, hey, Drew, hey, you know what I'm saying, what you doing? But for the way that it's going.
If you average it out, it's still.
And we could get Sue tomorrow, man. What is you saying?
Nah, guess what? We signed Sue. If Drew Brees would have took 7.5 versus 13.5, we could have got Sue and another big name.
Well, they bringing Sue in tomorrow. That's what Mario McCaster said.
Look,
the Saints need help on D-line. How much would y'all pay Sue? He's worth a high contract. He can
get that man what he
wants.
wants.
Shut down the entire offense by himself. I don't know if they shut down the entire offense by himself, but he's a hell of a damn player.
Listen.
He great half.
Listen.
He's him and Aaron Donald or.
No, hell no, man. He's not better than Fletcher Cox. Stop. He's not better than Fletcher Cox.
Are you serious right now?
I'm so serious. He's not better than Fletcher Cox or Aaron Donald. Like, real talk.
I don't think he's better than Aaron Donald, but he's
not better than Fletcher.
Hold
up.
Fred,
what's going on with you up there?
Fred. Stay on this. Look, here you go.
You think Fletcher Cox better than Sue?
Yes!
You talk to the guy who coached this position, baby.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you something,
Don't you ever
baby.
disrespect Fletcher Cox like that?
Hey, let me.
Fletcher Cox has a higher motor than him.
Hold. Now, if you talk about just pure natural talent, I can show you somebody on a practice squad that probably got everybody beat. Pure natural. But this is the thing. Aaron Donald and Fletcher Cox are 1A, 1B, depending on what type of scheme you want to run. They tied. Sue is number 3. He's not better than them. He's not better than him. But what I'm saying, is the drop off that big? Hell no. It's more of a mini step ladder, not of a drop off. But I'm just thinking about
Cox is outstanding. But is he better than Sue? No, I think the problem I have with Sue is he has.
You just said Sue is better than Fletcher Cox.
No, Sue is better.
No, you're not. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Go back on what you said.
Stick to what you great at.
No.
Numbers.
Because Sue is a better. The problem with Sue is
explain to me how.
His motor.
Explain to me how he's better than him. Give me technique wise, how is he better?
Technique wise,
how is he better?
Listen.
You just going to name. You going to name.
No. You put this guy inside of a football field. This guy creates havoc on any play he wants to, if he wants to.
That's not telling me.
His motor.
The question was. Okay, you deflected. The question was, tell me technique-wise, how is he better than Fletcher? Because he can't.
He going off the name.
That's what I'm telling you.
Statistically, I'm say, okay, Sue gonna have what? More number. He gonna have more sacks.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Since he been in Miami, no, he doesn't. Since he been in Miami, no, sir.
This is my thing, though. Hold on, let me get on Chris Cooper.
Go Mob. Hold on. Y'all don't see them 2 signals right there, man? Go Mob, baby. I see you, Mario McAllister.
I see y'all ripped out.
I see Mario McAllister, Alpha Beta. He could have been great, but Alpha Zeta is greater.
I see Chris Cooper talking about, I'm crazy. Ask him if he would take $50 million over 60. Guess what? $50 million versus $60 million ain't that much of a difference. I got $50 million. You think I'm tripping if I don't get 60? I got 50. Come on, man.
Especially when you never had it, baby.
Goddamn, Chris Cooper.
Give me 2.5, baby. Look,
you really compared $50 million to $60 million.
Look,
man, listen.
For somebody who never had it, look, you give me 2.5, I'm rolling around that bitch like I'm Scrooge
McDuck. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, Drew got money.
I understand what
Drew
you're saying.
got old money.
But you gotta play the game, baby. Hey, you can't go into a league that's playing chess and trying to play backgammon.
Drew could have took a bigger pay cut than what he did. I don't give a damn what nobody tell me. And I wanted Drew back, but you don't deserve no goddamn $27 million guaranteed if we try to win a Super Bowl. Now, if we're a team that's just trying to be in the mix, okay, yeah, give him $27 million. We're trying to win this thing.
Hey, but I'm saying
we're trying to win this thing, man. We're trying to drop our nuts.
Look, Sue is the nut dropper, baby. Let me tell you something. But look, like I said, it didn't hinder us.
It did hinder us. No, because we could have got Sue and somebody else. Now we sign Sue tomorrow. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Because he's gonna break the bank.
This is the thing.
That he will.
That's the thing.
He's gonna break the bank.
He didn't hinder us that much. Cause like you said, 7 and 10.
7 and 10 what?
It's not that big of a difference. That's $3 million, right?
No, it's 13 and a half and 7. That's what I said.
So 13.
He get $27 million guarantee. That's $13.5 million a year. Mm-hmm. Versus, I say he should have took $7 million a year.
So $7 million in cap is not going to bring you a 7 million in cap is not going to bring you another high end person.
What?
7 million, G? That's a contract.
So you telling me we could have got somebody else with that $7 million added on to the little money we got left over?
We ain't got much money, G.
How much money? Come on, analytical guy. Analytics. Mr. Analytics.
Hey, G.
How much money we got left?
G, hey, look,
I'm about to tell you shortly.
G,
How much money we got left?
we making deals out of old K and B bag, baby. We pulling in that brown bag like, hey man, hey G, please sign with me, baby.
Man, Drew, listen, I'm glad we got him back.
$8.5 million left.
See, what?
Now add 7 to that. Add 7 to that.
Who you gonna sign with that?
Add 7 to that.
I don't know if we
How much that is?
Well, we can sign Soup, boy.
How much it is?
$8 million in cap left.
Well, you remember how much cap we had when we signed Jared Bird to a Jesus deal? Boy, you better stop, boy. Mickey, boy, when it come to when it come to number, boy, Mickey be flipping it, whipping it, dipping it, boy.
Add 7 to, how much money we got left?
$8.5 million.
Add $7 million to that.
Not enough.
Huh?
$16 million.
Look, if we would
So you telling me we could have signed another big name with it? We probably could have signed. We ought to mess around and sign a big name in a little role player.
Think about it. If you would have traded
$2.5 to $3 million of this dollars is reserved for signing draft picks. So you really got about $5 million left.
Look,
That's the facts.
if
So
you
add 7 to 5. That's 13.
12.
we could look you
We could have did something with that.
no,
That's what
look,
I'm saying.
if you'd have made a trade for Jarvis Landry, you wouldn't even have that.
Listen, I wanted Jarvis Landry, but I didn't want to pay him what he wanted.
No, I'm saying just because he was franchised, so no matter what, that cap number would have went there. So if we would have made a trade, we still would have. This is one thing, we got a whole lot better and kept our quarterback. You got the Mario Davis, who's a hell of a fucking linebacker. He's probably like the second best blitzing middle linebacker.
He had 5 sacks last year, 135 tackles.
But what we also gotta understand is that Drew Brees is only going to count for $24 million in cap this year.
Only?
Not this year.
This 18 year. He's going to count for $24 million in cap space.
Wow.
And next year, he's going to count for $33.5
That's
million in cap.
That's the turnover from the
The
left.
previous.
Yeah, that's a sign mode and all that stuff. So anyway.
They don't anyway nothing.
But next year, he's going to count for
That's a lot of money.
Man,
That's a lot of money.
That's
a lot of money.
He jumped in on what I was saying. He brought up the bad news when I was talking about how good the Mario Davis is.
Drew killing us, man.
Man,
Killing us, man.
hey, but look, I'd rather be killed softly like the Fugees than killed hard like what Minnesota's doing.
What they did with this deal was they kind of listen. They're pushing the money back. This year it's a $24 million cap space, but next year they're $33.5 million in cap space that they don't have. They're gonna really have to renegotiate this deal come next year. There's no way they can afford $33.5 million cap space.
They always do that. They always do that. Now Reginald Nunnery Johnson asks, how do we feel about Jimmy going to Green
I
Bay?
think it was a great move.
Look,
I think it was a great move.
I said
didn't want it.
don't reach into that. That changes your whole offense. I said last week, he can't block. The thing that was great for us this year, people didn't know when we was gonna pass or when we was gonna run. So if you bring him in, you know you're passing the ball. Who man is a better blocker, but he can catch the ball. Josh Hill is a decent blocker, but he a better receiver. So even Kobe Freeman, he was good at, he was decent at both of them. You didn't tip your hand at what you wanted to do. And so if you came out there with Kamara, Jimmy Graham, Michael Thomas, Willie Snead, tag in out there, what the hell you think we're doing? So you tip it. Now, to me, I think Green Bay bit the bullet on this one. This is the third tight end in a row that they went out and got. They had Richard Rodgers, who was phenomenal in their offense. You let him walk.
They still got Rodgers, huh?
Yeah. I think they let him walk when they went to try to get Martellus Bennett.
I think they kept him. Because it was him.
Because he was hurt, and then I don't think
It was him. They had Kendricks, and they had.
That's what they went. They went and got Kendricks.
Bennett.
They went and got Kendricks. You got Martellus Bennett. He doesn't fit in. Then you go and get Graham. You're living off Pat. You living off what he did with the Saints. Look at what he did with the Seahawks. He coming off an injury.
That offense is different, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, he's coming off an injury. He had to change. He's not as explosive as he was. He's 30-something years old now too.
My biggest thing is this. I mean, Packers at the end of the day, what they did was, I know that they just. But here's the deal. People don't understand. They signed Dontavious Adams to a big time deal. They still got Randall Cobb, who is under a small, mediocre contract. They had Jordy Nelson.
You let the face of it go.
But you can pick a receiver. You know, you can go 3, 5, 4 wide.
When you got that bad man, Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
You can get a receiver.
Okay.
You can get a receiver.
I see you with your Stephen A.
You gonna block? I'm saying he a
see
bad
what-
man. I agree with
You can get a
it.
receiver.
I
You can
agree
get a
with it,
receiver.
man. You gonna-
But here's the thing.
They probably gonna drive a receiver.
But that offensive line, like that's the thing. You talk about money could have been spent. Look, you could have went and got Andrew Norwell from the guard from the Patriots. I mean, not the Patriots, the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
You could have signed him. You could have put your name in the Nate Soldier thing. Look, Aaron Rodgers.
Soldier, I like the Soldier.
You know, Aaron Rodgers is.
Is that with the Giants?
Yeah,
That's big for the Giants.
Big.
Aaron Rodgers is what makes your team go. You don't have nothing that can protect them. You know, that's when you. He makes anything. Look, you could put the start wide receiver for the wheelchair league in Shell Met.
Yeah.
You know,
But again,
you know what I'm saying. He gonna make him look good. So
the
that
Packers are trying to do
is money not spent well.
Here's the thing. I think the Packers trying to do is they haven't had a good, efficient tight end since Jermichael Finley.
But see, this is.
And I think that they're trying to stretch the field to some degree.
But this is the thing. With like G said it with Aaron Rodgers being the bad man he is, just distributing the ball is not the issue. He even buys time by running around to get certain people open. So he can put the ball anyway. You need to protect him. You need to protect him, and you need to be able to run the ball. They can't do either one of the two things. So the chances of Aaron Rodgers playing 16 games again is not slim to none again.
So I actually thought the Packers should have went after Carlos Hyde.
Yeah.
I thought they should have went after Carlos Hyde.
Right.
I guess they're gonna try to draft a running back. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I think Aaron Rodgers is going to make Jimmy Graham look how he did with the Saints. Mike McCarthy does a great job of dialing up great raw combinations for his playmakers. He's going to do a good job, especially when you got somebody like Devontae Adams and Randall Cobb and people of those nature around Jimmy Graham and a quarterback-friendly offense. Yeah. You're going to see the old Jimmy Graham show up versus what you're seeing against the Seahawks.
That's correct.
So, I mean, I'm glad we didn't get him because when we had him here, yeah, he did his thing. What was it, 4 years, 5 years?
4 years.
Is it 4 years?
He did great things. But
he did great
the
things.
Predictable.
But we didn't do anything with Jimmy Graham, far as like getting to the playoffs and that kind of stuff, winning wise, because people knew when it came to crunch time, when he was on the field, we couldn't run the ball to whatever side he was on, and if he was on the field, we know we were throwing the ball.
And here's the thing. One thing, when people not looking at. The NFC South showed you how to defend Jimmy Graham too. Like, yeah, he put up a different number, but if you had the right person, look, for people forget, Talib was with the Bucks. Talib walked down, just stood right over and said, "What you gonna do?" Yeah. And then everybody seen that. Everybody who had a Talib type player, the next thing you know, we play the Seahawks in the playoffs. Well, shit, they got a Talib type. They got two Talib type players. They walked down Cam. Look, you shut them out. But
if the conference you're going to, that conference don't have them corners.
What,
like that.
You,
the Lions don't have corners like that. The only team that really has the corner is Minnesota.
No, don't get it wrong. Slay a dog.
No, Slay can play.
But the thing is, the South showed you what to do with them. They was beat. Like, it was time like the Bucks would put Gerald McCoy over him and just beat him up coming off the line. If you got somebody that's just a physical defensive lineman that's gonna put hands on him, you know, that's the thing. Now, Chris Hardy, I'm gonna ask this to you, G. Can we still sign Austin Jenkins? I think you're talking about Austin Stephen Jenkins.
That's from Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we should, with that first round pick, we need to either go pass rusher or tight end. So the Saints need to decide what their focus is in that first round, because if we go in tight end, then I wouldn't sign Jenkins.
Right.
If we thinking about going pass rusher, maybe we need to think about signing Austin Jenkins.
Well, again, it's gonna depend on if they can sign Sue. If they can sign Sue somehow, then you're gonna take that. You're gonna kind of say to yourself, okay. Then you're kind of going to that best available situation, like who's on the board, who's on the clock situation. You know, who falls.
How old Sue is? How old is he?
29?
Huh?
28, 29. But this is the thing. Look, you don't break. Stop saying if we sign.
Well, Damian Jacobs just said Jenkins just signed with the Jags just now. Just now.
What? Eliminates that.
What?
Appreciate that,
Chris, Chad Hardy. There you ass, baby. But this day, you know, an NFL team doesn't bring nobody in for a visit without the capability of signing. So they can sign suits. They can think about it.
Think
about it. They had suits. They had suits set up to come in, and Jordan Nelson set up to come in. So that means to tell you, Saints got a plan
with the Raiders.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd love to see Jordan Nelson in that. Now see that guy there. Shit, if I can get Jordan Nelson in that, I would love to see Jordan Nelson in the Saints uniform.
Man, look.
I would love to see that.
People, man, look. Forget the big name. I'm telling you something. Look, you go after somebody like Tavon Austin. You know, somebody like John.
Nah, we lose.
Somebody like John Brown.
Nah, we don't. If we don't get Snead back, I don't know what's gonna happen with.
No, Jerron Brown.
Jerron Brown. John Brown. John Brown.
If Snead, we don't get Snead back, Tavon Austin would be a good asset. I would like to see him in the Saints offense. I ain't gonna lie.
Because you never got to see what he could do with him and Stephen Bailey coming out. Stephen Bailey took the older shine because he was bigger, but you know he never had like that true quarterback to just.
But
you know,
again, that just depends, you know. But I would say that this free agency markets have been different. Normally, sometimes I used to see safeties come off the board. Kind of, you seen safety I haven't seen safeties get picked. Like I've seen guys get released. Obviously, like Tyrann Mathieu got released. You know, Mike Mitchell got released.
He signed with the Bucks. He got paid too.
Who? Mike Mitchell?
No, the Badger.
Honey Badger?
Signed with the Bucks.
Ooh.
I want to say they gave him like 35 million guaranteed. It's like a $6 to $8 million contract.
Wow.
So we got to go against him 2 times a year.
Don't worry, he gonna be hurt one of them. He one of our own, but let me just tell you, the boy can't stay healthy. But this is another thing.
And McCarron hasn't been signed, so I was surprised to see that safety market didn't take the.
I'm so glad we ain't throwing no money.
See,
so glad we ain't throwing no money.
I think about Kurt Coleman, Demario Davis. Is Savage a sexy pick? No, but he can play. He can. If somebody can't play a game, he can come in and feel it. Hey, he cheap. And he like that hooker on 4th Street, baby.
That was bad.
That's like that hooker.
Tom Savage.
Listen,
you know what? You know what they need to do?
He a savage.
They need to take him to the courts and change his last name.
He a savage.
He is nowhere near a goddamn savage.
You don't know what he might do.
Man, Tom Savage has no business
in the NFL.
There you go.
In the league.
I don't know why. Listen, I guarantee you, he won't make the 53-man roster.
Hey, I'm cool, and I'm cool with that too. Look, did you see the
bad as Ryan Mallett?
Did you see the no? Don't disrespect Ryan Mallett like that. Boy, you bad. Come
on.
Oh my God. Look.
Got me wondering.
Y'all follow me, right?
You stick to numbers, man. Cause you
stop.
Is
Ryan Mallett good or not? He's just as bad as Tom Savage.
You wrong as hell. You wrong as hell.
Who agrees?
You been bad lately.
Just you and your bleach. Cause that's the only people that agree. Look, let me tell you.
He ain't drinking bleach. He drinking Drano now. Drinking Drano.
Y'all gotta go to Ryan Mallett.
Come on, man.
You gotta get off of it, man. You bad, man. You serious?
You compare this man to Tom Savage.
They both horrible.
You wrong. Anyway, moving on. I love what the Bears did. They went out. They went out and got Allen Robinson, Taylor Gabriel.
Yes.
You look.
Chase Daniels. To help Mr.
What's
Trubisky.
that? That's why I say Mr. Look, you found out. You got comfortable with Mr. Trubisky. You seen that? Okay, he was better than what you expected. You still paid too much for him to get his ass, but you know what I'm saying. That's your guy.
Right.
So now what you need to do, you need to go help your guy with some weapons because Eddie Royal was not gonna cut it.
No.
You know,
Kevin White ain't gonna cut it. He can't stay healthy.
The boy played the game. I played more games with him on Madden than I did than he played in the NFL.
On TV.
Yeah. I love what the Chiefs did going out and getting a Sammy Watkins. Look, you put a big athletic freak on the outside next to the speedster on the other side with a young mobile Pat Mahomes who got a rocket for arm, and you still got that man Kadeem Hunt back there. Look,
Kelsey at tight end.
Look, another person I would love to see us go out. Look, a Jeremy Macklin. Somebody.
Well, I think he going. He visited.
He just got released.
He visited somebody today. I can't remember who it was. He visited somebody today. I don't want Jeremy Macklin.
I would say this.
I don't want.
What about obviously since Jordy Nelson was signed with the Raiders? What about Crabtree?
I don't want Crabtree.
Man, hell no, boy! I don't want no motherfucker that can't defend his chain. You can't defend your chain. You can't play for me, baby. We keep chains over here.
This chain for, man.
Not once,
Chain for,
not
man.
once, but
I
twice.
would say I respect how he stood up. He gave Talib that 2-piece. You know what I'm saying? I respect that about him. But I don't want him on my team.
To me,
And he don't need to be in New Orleans, man. Crabtree wild, man.
Yeah. To me, he was a great college kid.
Great hands, ran great routes.
And
He had a great system. At Texas Tech,
you know what
they
I'm
spread
saying?
the ball out.
But can he separate more than night on this level? He really can't. You know what I'm saying? You know, he takes.
He really like just throw it to him while somebody on him and just hope he catch it.
Yeah.
He ain't getting separation like that.
He can go up. His best asset might be his 50-50 ball. He can unlike Braylon Edwards, who was like a phenomenal. I thought Braylon Edwards was about to can't catch shit.
Stop.
You was about to say something great until you stopped.
No, he stopped it.
No.
He stopped it.
He just recognizing real.
Look, I was drawing you a damn bone, but when you put the motherfucker in your mouth and just start like bulldogging that motherfucker. Look, man, brother, that was could jump to Jesus, but couldn't catch the Holy Ghost. You hear me? The ball was bad.
Nah, you trying to compare? You trying to make it seem like this man was Devin Henderson.
Devin Henderson lasted a hell of a lot longer than the boy.
Devin Henderson dropped a hell of a lot of passes.
But look, he was known for speed. Brother, that was supposed to be the next big thing.
He was there
for Cleveland.
He had a good career. He went in some bad situations. He was in Cleveland, it was bad. He went to the Jets with Mark Sanchez. Rex Ryan was a quarterback killer. I mean, come on, man. The man was in bad situations. Come on, man. I always tell you what I say, you only get the situation.
Yeah, but the situation as a wide receiver, when the ball come that way and it touch these two things,
well,
you gotta catch it.
But you leaving out a lot of things that
DeAndre Hopkins had bad quarterback. He's still rolling, baby.
No. Deshaun Watson?
He just got him this year.
Who was the quarterback for that?
Thank you. Tom Savage.
No. Tom Savage wasn't the starter.
Brian Hoyer.
Tom Savage. Brian Hoyer. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No.
Ryan Fitzpatrick?
No. Fitzpatrick did good with the Jets.
He played with DeAndre.
No, man. Shaw was.
Boy, that boy.
No, I don't think he had man Shaw. Andre Johnson had Shaw.
Yeah, you're right. Andre Johnson did have Shaw.
He was a damn quarterback.
I just told you.
He ain't had none.
I just told you. He had Tom Savage, Brian Hoyer.
Tom Savage, no. That was Tom Savage.
Yeah, he did have Tom Savage.
Tom Savage ain't start like that.
Yeah, he did.
Tom Savage bad.
The boy Savage in them streets, man.
Look at all the coordinator he had. Bill O'Brien, man. Come on, man. All that matter, man.
Just saying.
All that matter, man.
Brandon Edwards went to the 49ers and couldn't even rub on.
By then, man, he was old.
He wasn't old. The boy was 4 years removed from the NCAA cover.
The man all kind of fluid in his.
You stop. The boy was 4 years away from being.
4 years in Cleveland. He spent another 3 years with the Jets. Now
I don't think
he
spent
all kind of fluid in his knee.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Look, the boy was like 4 to 5 years removed from the NCAA cover when the league said.
He had all kind of fluid in his knee.
How much you gonna keep saying that? Well, shit, that when you get to going to the damn school with the Great Lakes.
Oh,
you get fluid.
Brock Osweiler, that's who he had.
He had Brock for 1 year.
Yeah.
No, it was more than 1 year.
Brock stood in Houston 1 year. The next year he was traded to Cleveland.
Yes.
They got him in and out of there. That shit didn't last long at all.
Yeah, 1 year he did good with DeAndre Hopkins.
He didn't finish the year.
DeAndre Hopkins did good with
Hey,
Osweiler better than goddamn Mark Sanchez and goddamn whoever the hell the quarterback was with the Browns.
Tom Savage took Brock Osweiler's spot.
Nah.
Osweiler bad, dog. Osweiler bad. Tom Savage bad. Listen, I'm not a fan of this Tom Savage.
Look, with a name like Osweiler, you're bad.
Listen,
I like, but on the serious note too, I like what the Giants did. I mean, not the Giants, the Eagles. Michael Bennett. With that fucking man, you can't help block for nobody. Fletcher Cox, Michael Bennett. You let Benny Curve just go.
I think that's somebody that we need to get. We need to go out to Vinny Curry, man.
Let the market set it down.
I don't.
You only got 8. Listen, you
He
only
ain't
got
got good
$8.5 million
hands.
and $3 million going to the cap.
That's the only.
Going towards rookie signing. So you only got $5 million to work with.
The knock I have with Vinny, he don't have good hands. He just try to beat you with pure speed. And if that's why you see his sack total numbers drop. When the Eagles used to have him standing up, that's when he went to the Pro Bowl. So when they went to that 4 lineman front and put his hand down, shit, he just.
I like Vinny Curry.
He don't have.
He ain't gonna cost you that much.
He ain't got violent hand, man. You know who ain't gonna cost you much? And this motherfucker brought 2 Super Bowl back to back. Go get Chris Longass. God damn it. He like the James Posey of the NFL, baby. Wherever he go, they win a championship, baby.
No. Got 2 in a row.
Hey man, look.
Got 2 in a row. Got a little lucky streak going.
He got a 4-leaf clover in his back pocket.
Oh well, shit. Goddamn it, we need that without Florida Leaf. Shit, I'm about winning, baby.
He got a little streak going.
Like DC Young Fly said, bring your ass here, boy.
Bring your ass over here, boy.
Marcus Joseph said, "What about Kenan Lewis? Man, Kenan Lewis."
that boy in Club Brothers right now.
Kenan Lewis is the DB coach at West Jeff High School. That's where he at.
He sure is.
That's where he at.
Definitely go state.
He say his aspirations to be a head coach in high school.
And that's a great thing. That's a good thing.
He got messed over though. He got messed over.
He got misdiagnosed.
Yeah, I'm saying he got messed over and then
Delvin Brew.
He went on a tangent after that, and then he just couldn't get back. Now,
what sense that mean? We released Delvin Brew.
We go get Patrick
Robinson. We got Patrick Robinson. And Patrick Robinson had a good year with the Eagles.
Right.
They used him in the slot, which I think we won't make the mistake of putting him on the outside no more.
Correct.
But so we found out for the hard.
But I think Delvin Brew would have been a hell of a lot cheaper than Patrick Robinson.
But Delvin Brew would be a hell of a lot cheaper because Delvin Brew only has one visit. That's to Denver, which
he going to home. He going to see his homeboy.
Yeah, he going to see Vance Joseph. And I think that's what he should sign at. But I think that the Saints are looking at. They drafted him originally. He's been around the block now, and I think he can. If you have an identity for him, if you're gonna keep him in the slot, so to speak, putting him around those young guys, then I don't think it's a bad situation. But if you try to make him something that he's not, like okay, he's start calling him compete for the job, but you just fucked up.
Maybe it's something like that. Maybe they say, bro can't play the slot, and they're not willing to move Crowley to the inside. Maybe they like Crowley on the outside, so they go get a proven slot guy. Maybe I never seen bro play the slot, so I don't know if that, because that's a lot of people don't understand it. That's a hell of a jump from playing on the outside to playing in the middle with all that speed with all that feel.
PJ Williams.
Yeah. That was the only sign I was like,
if he's your slot corner,
why?
If he's your slot corner, then I don't think it's a bad situation. But if you're thinking that he gonna come and compete, he's not
gonna play the outside. Everybody he got enough years in the league to know this is what I do.
This is what I do.
It's not like he Al Harris who he was here for like 6 years and then the Packers gave him a chance. And like, I could ball here too. Right. It's not like he that. This guy strictly that's what he do.
And if he can do that, and again, you gotta have an identity for that type of sign.
And you gotta think, the Broncos lost to lead, so bro going back to the outside might be the best thing for him.
Brandon is truly a good outside corner.
Yeah, he's a hell of a slot corner.
Bro gave that big corner that Denver could replace
with a
Talib.
So it might like I didn't fully think about it. Like, all right, Patrick Robinson. I didn't it wasn't one of those that, because I'm just still looking like, all right, what can we nickel and dime and get another little piece that nobody not talking about. That's why I constantly keep saying Tavon Austin, because you don't hear nothing about him. I know he's dynamic in the return game. Everybody's waiting for that market to settle down and then go after him.
Yeah, but see, my thing with Tavon Austin is
he 5'9".
Well, no, that's the height is not the issue. It's an issue of when he's on the field, you kind of know what your lineup is and what your setup is. You see what I'm saying? He's kind of like an above average Tommy Lee Lewis.
Hell, what?
See
oh my God!
Producer.
That's what he is.
No, he's not. The boy had 500 yards running last year.
This man compared
you tripping.
Tavon Austin to Tommy Lee Lewis.
You tripping.
Terrible.
Come on, Fred.
You gotta stop, man.
Marcus Joseph says, who do you think? God, who do you think the Saints should try to sign next if there is anybody out there to grab, or just wait for the draft?
You're bringing in Sue.
I think that's
you bring it in suit.
But like
Outside, if you're not signing that,
find a cheap. Vinny Curry might be.
We need a pass rusher.
But what I
dog.
say,
Right.
go get. Don't let Alex Officer sign to Tampa Bay. Even if you goddamn sign him and he don't make the 53-man roster, bless you. At the end of the training camp, don't let him go to a divisional rival. That's what you don't do. You don't lose somebody who made a immediate impact for you real quick.
I would have said this.
Outside of him with the Achilles, man.
I would have loved to win after Dontari Poe before he signed, I think, with the Panthers, I believe.
Yeah.
I would have loved the Saints to target that guy soon.
I was about the Falcons didn't keep him.
Right. I'd have loved to target that dude.
I don't think he did it with he's not a Quinn. Quinn doesn't have that body type on his when you think about the Seattle Seahawks defense line, they had Phil Taylor, but like he rotate in and out. You know, he wasn't getting paid the money that Poe gets paid.
Right. Or if I'm the Saints, I mean, you can look at Adrian Claiborne. If it's a situational pass rushing situation, if you're looking at this situational pass rushing situation, Adrian Claiborne could come on in on third down and say, "Look, go get that dude."
I like that.
I like that. Because Atlanta's not re-signing. He's gonna be on the market for a while, and I'm not saying let the market just die down. What I am saying is, if you start seeing this guy starting to get visits because the market has did that,
Hey.
I would love Adrian Claiborne on that team.
Now, bear with me. I think G about to give me, but I'm just gonna say it. I would love to see you go get Tamba Ali. Tamba Ali.
I wouldn't have a problem with this.
He put him with his hand in the ground. An athletic guy too, not with it. You know, used to playing stand up and with his hand in the ground. Man, I think that's a cheap guy. He didn't make he didn't make all the money that he gonna make. Like far as big contract.
Right.
You know, just like Alex Okafor, he made that's why I was like, that's a hell of a signing for us last year. He made all the big money that he was gonna get. With the injury issues and all that stuff, you're not gonna get a big time deal. So you gonna get that veteran minimum, maybe $1 million, you know, a couple $100,000. You're gonna get a big incentive lace deal.
Right.
And I think that's, you know what I'm saying, I see us go after him. I think that'll be a hell of a move for us.
I think, far as receiver wise, Dante Moncrief from the Colts.
He gonna cause open.
I forgot who.
You sure?
I'm positive.
The Ravens.
I think the Ravens.
Yeah, I think he signed with Ravens.
I think it's Baltimore.
I don't know. I didn't see that, but I feel like Dante Moncrief was somebody would have been a good pickup for us. I think he'd have did wonders with Drew Brees, Jordan Matthews. I think that'd have been a good pickup.
He's still out there.
That'd have been a good pickup.
That's what after just signed with nobody. He's still a free agent.
Right.
I like that.
Terrell Pryor is still out there. I think he wouldn't cost that much. Terrell Pryor would be another good receiver to pick up. And Ebron from the Lions.
Yes.
That is an intriguing pickup. Now he's had some drop issues. A lot of drop issues with Detroit. But I think he's worth picking up because number one, I know he ain't gonna cost that much money.
He gonna be cheap.
And he's athletic as hell. And when he does catch the ball,
watch out.
He's a goddamn problem. So I think Ebron is somebody.
And he's young.
I think Ebron is somebody his
pedigree based upon he got drafted warrants another shot.
Right.
Nothing wrong, but for his career, he can't be like I'm going at the money. His situation, he got to be like I got to choose the best situation. I got to choose the guy who gets tight ends to football and I can make plays. He can't just say, okay, a team want to sign me. Like, okay, I want to go to, I don't know, the 49ers. Well, I don't really know, you know, or the Cardinals. Well, you don't really know the situation. He got to choose the right situation.
That got to be one of the situations where like G big on saying this. That's one of one. Who's your team? Who's that inner circle? Who's those guys?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know.
I think he's a hell of a talent.
Because I just know why. If we don't get him, the fucking Patriots will.
That's how I felt about Jordan Nelson. Yeah, I think when he got released, why is it like a guy like this? This is a guy that the Patriots will sign.
And somebody else, I think the Saints should take a look at, man. I don't think he's gonna cost that much either. Eric Reed, the safety from the 49ers. You know,
where you gonna put him at though?
Strong safety.
And that's what I mean.
Strong safety. Let him and Von Bell fight it out in camp.
Right. And that's what I mean. That safety market has kind of.
And even if Von Bell do beat him out, Dennis Allen like running them 3 safety looks.
But
So-
you got Kirk Coleman for that. You see, cause
I want to see Kirk Coleman play free though.
yeah, but you still have Raphael Bush.
No, Raphael Bush left.
Oh, he did. I didn't know.
Kirk Coleman played free, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah, but he you know he plays around the box too. He's a better covering.
I like having that
Kid is
depth
good.
at safety.
Right.
Kirk Coleman, Marcus Williams, Von Bell, Eric Reed. I would like to see that. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I'm all about a bargain. I'm all about a bargain. I think Eric Reed wouldn't cost us that much. I think Ebron wouldn't cost us that much.
No.
So I think that'd be some good intriguing pickups if we can probably
That's
learn
gonna
get
be part
those
of that.
guys
That's gonna be
in.
part of
Right.
that second wave of free
Right.
agents.
Right. I really wanted to see Nigel Bradham walk with the Eagles. I love Nigel Bradham. I thought if we could have picked him up, that would have been big.
I thought I said it last week. I got his face. I can't think of his name now. He played for the Raiders last year. We almost got him. Damn, he played Navarro Bowman.
Bowman.
I thought we were gonna get him, but then when I seen us sign DeMario Davis, I was like, fucking
Okay.
young.
And DeMar like 28, 29.
Yeah, I was saying young, healthy,
Can run side on the sideline,
like,
athletic
okay.
as hell.
and can play the outside too. So man, could you?
But see, they gonna put DeMario and Mike, and they gonna move Klein to the outside to the wheel.
But-
So I like that.
But what you do with Craig Robinson?
Craig Robinson gonna be a backup.
I'm saying,
I like Craig Robinson.
yeah, I'm saying he Craig.
Again, it's all gonna be competitive. 'Cause you
Anzalone.
But then Allen run 3-4-2.
Yeah,
He run a lot of variation
You
of defenses.
got to be multiple, especially in this NFL.
Yeah.
This is the biggest thing I'm gonna be waiting to see what's happening, especially going to the draft. Will the Saints trade
Mark Ingram.
last year of his deal? You're gonna have to pay him and Michael Thomas next year. What's the market like when you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be a young guy. He's been proven since he's gotten the carries, so you know he's gonna be wanted the money. What do you do? What do you do in that situation?
I'm quite sure they've gotten calls, but I don't think that market has really opened itself up because this is a good running back draft.
Well, that's why
So
I say like,
I think that,
but
it's a solid. When you start looking, they're gonna have maybe at least 3 guys.
but you have
a lot of good depth.
you
This is a
have
good
those
running
guys that who are firm believers in the proven.
Yeah, you got
Then
teams like that.
So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know that's the one thing. Like, because I think he's a hell of a player. But look, if you could get rid of him and get the same type of back in a draft to where you know it's cheaper, and then you talking about a backfield locked up for 3 to 4 years now.
Yeah.
On cheap salary.
Yeah, you get like a Nick Chubb, or
I wouldn't.
no Nick Chubb.
No, hell no.
Two injuries.
Man, you got
Is
2
it?
reconstructed knees.
2 injuries.
Two reconstructed knees. 2 reconstructed knees before you got out of college. No. Like, but it's a running back position in the draft. You'll find somebody decent.
You'll find somebody. This is you got at least Chubb from Tony Michelle.
Hell, you'll get your fucking
Ronald Jones the third.
Darryl Williams or something. Something you just. I would have said Bo Scarborough, but hell, he got the same problem Nick Chubb had. Like Darryl Williams. Hey,
I'm gonna tell you somebody that I've been paying attention to, and I actually thought if he would have came out last year for the draft, he probably would have got picked around the 3rd round, but he decided to come back because he thought he was going to improve his draft stock. Royce Freeman, the running back from Oregon. I really like that kid. I think we could probably get him maybe in the 4th or the 5th round.
Right.
That'd be a good pickup. And I would trade Mark Ingram. I really would. I like Mark Ingram. Don't get me wrong. He had a hell of a season.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna be looking for a payday. So it's a business. And I think with the emergence of Kamara, we can afford to let somebody like Mark Ingram go. Now, if Kamara wouldn't have had the season he had last year, I'd be like, I don't know, pump the brakes. Let's keep Mark Ingram. But if it's gonna save us some money on next year's cap, I'll get rid of him and I'll look to draft somebody like Royce Freeman. I like Royce Freeman from Oregon, man. 5'11", 229 pounds, can move, runs with good pad level. I really like him.
He's a very good player.
To me, he's a more athletic version of Darryl Williams. Darryl just got that he got this. He's built just like
Darryl
Mark
gonna
Ingram.
make somebody 53-man roster.
Yeah, he's built like Mark Ingram. So it's like, okay, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell, I wouldn't like So I know I seen some. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was like, "Do you think we should go after DeMarco Murray?" Hell no.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No,
That you know,
Matter of
but
fact, DeMarco Murray's gonna put part of that class with Adrian Peterson and a lot of those older veteran backs. They're not getting signed to after the draft.
who did Isaiah?
They're not getting picked up.
Who did Corral sign with?
The Jets.
Isaiah
Isaiah
Correa?
went to Jets.
Yeah.
So they got two. You signed the same type of back of what you already got.
With the Jets.
He's just like he's a little heavier version of Elijah McGuire.
McGuire more finesse. He more finesse. Crowell, he like to bring that pop. I just thought it was a good pickup for the Jets. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
I know they got money. They have to spend money. So
money.
I know
They
I know
signed
that's not
Tremaine-
an issue.
Tremaine Johnson, they signed him. Crowell, they signed Bridgewater. I mean, they ain't spend money now. I thought they would spend money, but Tremaine Johnson.
Nobody want to go there. Like talking about, you had to throw money.
Right.
Look, Teddy Bridgewater would have signed anybody that needed a quarterback just to prove that he could play.
And again, I don't
But
even
you ain't got no damn
again,
receivers.
I don't think that's guaranteed for Bridgewater to be the job. I think the Jets are still going to be looking at a quarterback early at that sixth pick. Same thing goes for the Buffalo Bills. They signed A.J. McCarron. I still think that them making that swap for when they traded off the left tackle to the Bengals and they moved up to 12, they still looking at a quarterback. You see what I'm saying? So some teams who picked up a quarterback this race, like I think the Cardinals. I know they got Bradford, and I think Bradford's a very good guy. I think Bradford's a better bridge than Teddy Bridgewater. But that team probably saying to themselves, okay, if the right guys on the board for me, who gonna give me a 10+ year career, they still gonna take a dude.
Look,
I don't know what the hell the Cardinals think about doing that. Getting
not him.
Bradford.
He because he's Carson Palmer all over again. An injury-riddled veteran
Correct.
quarterback that you got to pay. Man, hold on.
It's just a
Hold
bridge.
on. You talk about who get the Ski Mask Award. Sam Bradford get the Ski Mask Award. Dude made like $120 million in the past 3 years.
Oh, he's the Chandler Jones of basketball. He been robbing people blind.
And what about Chase Daniels, who doesn't even play and keeps getting paid?
Backpack Kid,
And all he do is this.
Backpack Kid, baby.
And
Backpack.
do the little thing with Drew. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I mean,
backpack
he got the
kid.
best job in football. Chase
It
Daniels.
made over $30 million.
But
Chase Daniels got the best job in football.
I think too, what the Browns should do with that second pick, draft a quarterback. Everybody will be like, man, you got
That's
a
not a bad
quarterback.
idea.
But this is the thing.
Not a bad idea.
I don't think Tyrod Taylor's they got. You know, he's a decent. You know, don't get, I like him as a quarterback in the league, but why not have you got it for I think they gave him a 2-year deal on top of the year he got, so 3 years, nice bridge quarterback. Get a guy that you really love in your system. Boom, 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 and now you got what every team wants. You got the Brady, Garoppolo situation where you could trade, offload, get more picks and what have you, or you know get compensated in return, while having your guy cheaply back there wrong. And I hate to say it because I love for him to be in New Orleans, but I'm sorry, that's a perfect Baker Mayfield move right there. Like, oh, come on.
But I've been seeing a lot of reports. Todd McShay actually came out with a report yesterday that he thinks there's a good chance the Saints might draft Lamar Jackson in the first round. He said because they taking care of a lot of their needs right now, so they can be able to do something like that. And if they was to do that, I wouldn't be upset. But we gotta make sure we get a pass rusher, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta get a pass rusher.
Now I tell you that. Now, if we do that, the first time we'll do when the new man come out, you know, I'm gonna trade Drew. They go get me somebody.
Again, if Lamar Jackson fits, you know, if he can run a Sean Payton offense, and if you think that he can do that, then by all means.
They come up behind Drew for 2 years.
Yeah, you know, if you believe that he could be that guy who could learn a scheme like that, by
All
all means.
Sean gonna want Drew really to show him how to look off a guy the right way, anticipate better, you know, work on his footwork and and arm mechanics, because the rest of the stuff is stuff that Drew don't got.
Correct.
Natural.
You don't have that natural ability
to run,
that
breakaway speed. You know what I'm saying? Then hey, let's bulk you up some. You can't you can't play the type of football you played with at Louisville here.
It's just a situation.
Because I'm tired of hearing that the backup quarterback. I mean the heir apparent is in the building, and they keep talking about Taysom Hill, and
What heir apparent in what building?
That's it came out of Shaw's mouth, and like that's the notion going around the league. Like if you look at any beat writer for the Saints, they talk about like Taysom Hill as possibly the heir apparent. Look, let me tell you something. The guy need to pull a Julian Edelman. He's an athletic freak. Don't give me.
I thought they should move him to tight end.
Receiver, one of the two.
Cause he big. He look like he's strong. He look like he got speed.
He running down and making tackles on kickoff for you.
When your
That's not a quarterback.
Listen, your quarterback is playing special teams football. That's not an heir apparent to a whole organization.
Hey,
I'm sorry. That's not what I see. If your guy is the heir apparent for the situation, he's ready soon as this guy get hurt. If Drew got hurt, who you see on the field? Chase Daniel. You wouldn't have seen this
hold on.
special teams.
That's not an heir apparent though, because Chase don't want to get out there. Chase just want to.
What I'm saying is,
backpack
if Drew got hurt, you were seeing Chase Daniel, not the guy on the special team running hitting people like your linebacker. This is pro football. This ain't college. So no, he is not an heir apparent. That's just not gonna happen. Your heir apparent is. Have you seen the 2019 class of quarterbacks? It ain't great. You may be waiting another 2 years.
Well, it's
get the guy now.
Extremely top heavy. And and that's crazy. I can't think of a guy that's in college football right now that you can be like, all right, yeah, he's the next one up. Because everybody else is like sophomores, so they still got another year.
You're gonna have a bad class come up next year for that position. So you got 5 guys in this draft here. I suggest you find one. He gonna sit for 2 years regardless, but he gonna sit behind the right dude.
And that's why I think the Browns should go ahead and take. Because let's say Tyrod don't mess up. Don't pan out. You give him a year, don't pan out. All right, you make a move, but then you try to make a move to who? There's nothing there. Because I don't, you know with college football, a quarterback is gonna do good. They're gonna boost him up for the Heisman, and then all of a sudden this kid goes from maybe if he would have came out in this draft class, probably would have been a 5th or 6th round pick. Now he the 1st round pick because quarterback is what it is.
Because it's a weak draft. You see what I'm saying? That's no different from the year that Xavier Lee got picked in the 1st round. It was a bad class, but he got picked.
Xavier Lee.
Florida State. With the dreads.
Yeah. It was a bad class. So
I forgot he went
hyped up.
Dude, I forgot he went 1st round. I thought he went like 2nd or something.
In the Buffalo Bills, and he was hyped. The class was a bad class.
King asks, so is our successor in the draft? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
Baker Mayfield or Lamar Jackson. I hope we can get one of them. If we don't, we got a piss poor chance of having a successor for Drew Brees.
But I just
don't
sell a farm to try to go up and get a Baker. If Lamar, if you like what you see with Lamar, stay put.
Here's the key. This ain't last year's class when you had Deshaun Watson, Pat Mahomes, and you need to start jumping up for guys. This is not that class. This is a class where you got 5 good guys, but teams have quarterbacks. Last year, the Chiefs, we got their assessor for Alex Smith. The Houston Texans didn't have a quarterback. You see what I'm saying? So teams were looking at the situation and say, okay, listen, I got to get a guy. You see what I'm saying? So what we're looking at now, like the teams like the Buffalo Bills, I mean, they signed A.J. McCarron, but they may take a guy, they made a trade. So they're in a quarterback situation. But see, a team like the Vikings, they ain't taking one. A team like the Broncos, I'm not sold on Case Keenum by any means. But
see, the thing is,
what the hell the Broncos John Elway thinking about?
I don't know what they're thinking about.
They got Keenum like, oh yeah, that's the piece to win the Super Bowl now. Go back to the Super Bowl. But man, y'all have lost all of y'all minds.
But
my thing is like he's missed so much on the quarterback spot. Paxton Lynch, Simeon, Brock.
Who that was?
The Vikings.
What are the Vikings thinking about?
He's backing up Kirk Cousins.
What are they thinking about? Even trading for him?
He ain't playing.
What?
He ain't starting.
No, they saying. They said. I think what they said is, our defense was good enough to have Case get us this far.
If he get hurt, I got a guy who started in the NFL. Who can
I honestly think that I hate it, because if that's the case, keep your damn draft pick, get somebody for cheap in a six. Look, hell, you can get Danny Etler to do that shit.
Danny Etler.
That was the sorriest quarterback I could think of. I was being realistic by saying Danny Etler.
He is sorry.
He is bad. But I mean, so I think teams, guys like Rosen, you know, I think Allen got a lot of hype. He may get picked early. Donald, you know, is getting pressed. He's gonna get picked early. But see, Rosen, Baker Mayfield, and Lamar Jackson, because the needs that these teams fill out in free agency, you're gonna start to see those guys falling a little bit. So I don't think the Saints are gonna have to move up like the Kansas City Chiefs did last year, or like the Houston Texans did to get the guy. Two or three of those guys are gonna fall because these acquisitions have been made as free agents.
But there's always that what if. All right, so let's say the Broncos. I mean, let's say the Browns take Baker Mayfield at 1. I'm just drawing hypothetical. Let's say the Browns take Baker Mayfield at 1. Somebody jumps up and trade for their number 4 pick and get a quarterback. Then the Broncos sitting there at 5, like, you know what? He's not the guy. He's just somebody that can just get us through right now. Let us take a quarterback. Now they got down 5. They went down to 2.
Then if you see that trend, I suggest you call the Jets.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so like you never the draft. All hell, we didn't see the Chicago Bears paying the arm, leg, and the goddamn franchise to jump up one damn spot to get somebody that they was gonna get anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's you know what I'm saying. You never know with the draft. This is the biggest reason why I don't have a problem with drafting Lamar Jackson at that spot. Because yeah, we need a pass rusher. If we get Sue, hey, that's a big help, because Sue, Ayamada, and Sheldon Ring all can play tackle or end. That's a big help. But then on that, it's such a deep pass rusher draft too that you can get somebody like a Lorenzo Carter out of Georgia in the 3rd round without reaching, and you still have something solid. Then hey, you still have a Trey Henderson on your team. You still have a Muhammad on your team. I don't want to mess up his last name.
Muhammad's the first name.
Yeah, I don't want to pronounce.
Last name is
him.
Muhammad, huh?
It's either Al Caduce or
it's Al some Muhammad.
That guy.
You
know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's not that.
Alex Okafor, he might come back, but I think he's visiting with
Tampa Bay right now.
Tampa Bay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you could, you know what I'm saying, if you could get
an Adrian Claiborne, and you get him for the low.
You know what I'm saying? But you could get one of these. You could draft one. You could draft one of these.
See, you said that thing about ISO for last.
I did.
All you could. I did. But see, I gave him heat on it. I'm the D-line guy. You're not the D-line guy.
I was big on Okafor last year.
No. Look, man.
Does producer have the video of Odell Beckham?
Oh, Lord. Odell. Do y'all think Odell...
Switch gears.
Look,
Odell.
What Odell just did, he gave the Giants all the leverage. Because now what they was thinking about, saying, you know what, Mr. Gray, we're going to give your client $20 million a year. Yeah. Hold on, Mr. Gray. Hey, your client wild out. So this is what we going to do. We go.
How you doing, Mr. John? I want to talk to my client.
No. I'm telling you what they gonna do. The Giants just hit the jackpot. We gonna exercise his 5th year.
Yep.
So now you gotta play for their 5th year.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? I'm ready to touch free agency. That's cool. We gonna franchise tag you this year. Okay. Well, all right, that year's over. I'm ready to play again. Guess what? We're gonna franchise tag your ass again. So now I got your ass 3 years for cheaper than what you wanted. So winning. This guy right here. Cause ain't nobody. Cause there's no. Is no wide receiver in that tier that can set that market that's not signed. Julio signed.
The only one who.
AB is signed. DeAndre Hopkins is signed. It's nobody else in that market that you can say, you know what? He can ask for 20.
They was gonna use Mike Evans did because he was in the same class with him as a starting point, meaning like a platform. But they still wanted 20 plus. Because Mike Evans just resigned.
Mike got paid.
Broke the bank.
But
he didn't get the $20 million though.
No, he didn't get that. But the issue with the whole deal is now, I wish I'd had that video. But now you're saying to yourself, you talking about paying the guy $20+ million. This guy got to be some form of a guy who not just on the field, but he got to be off the field a not distraction. You know, that's quarterback plus money. He can't be a distraction to the organization.
He can't be getting his nose dirty setting up flipper deals.
Do we have the video, producer? Get us the video with him cutting up with the little fake Instagram model. Do we have the video?
The man getting his nose dirty, setting up flipper deals
I can't believe he would put himself in that position.
with his boot on.
He had a boot on?
He bad.
With a used Domino's pizza in your bed. First of all, you've been playing in New
Man,
York.
look like Domino's.
It look like Pizza Hut.
Looked like a hometown pizza place.
This thing
That crust was so big and thick.
How long you been playing in New York? You ain't got your own spot. You in the hotel for?
They was in New York?
I'm just-
I know they say that from what the report said, they say he met her that night. How the hell you that goddamn comfortable with her after the first night you meet her? Man, look, you gotta have a rule, man. They say this how LeBron them is. They say LeBron them like this. No cell phones. You come in wherever we at, no goddamn cell phone. Damn, Odell Beckham should have did the same thing. That got to be a policy. No cell phones.
You got to know better. You are.
When she first even thought about, when she first did this, he should have smacked that shit out of her hand.
Oh, hey.
No cell phones,
Hey,
dog.
Akeem want to know what Odell did, G.
Got his goddamn nose dirty. Allegedly. I saw a white powdery substance. I saw a black.
That was in line.
Allegedly. Cigarette, they calling it, in his hand. We all know what the hell he was doing.
Who would a cigarette look like that? I can say if you said it was
Maybe
your,
it was Mojo.
But I can see if you said you were smoking a cigar. You could get away with that. I was just smoking just a Swiss.
Producer, play the video of Odell Beckham cutting up. When you get a chance, please.
Man.
Play it. I mean, how you that comfortable with this woman?
It's no way.
Hey, it goes back to what you always say, G. Where that circle at? Look, man, look.
There ain't nowhere in the world. I know I'm in a contract year. I'm trying to get paid, and I'm gonna let some blow Joe I just met off the street. I don't give a damn how good she look. I'm gonna let her pull a phone out and record me like that. Ain't happening. Ain't happening.
I heard when I kept hearing from other people, like, I'm just glad there was a chick. You know they
Yeah, there are the rumors going on. Yeah.
So maybe that's why he did. Yeah. Feel me. You know, let everybody know this is how I get down. You know, I get down with the bunnies.
Man, they said she got broke off for that.
Yeah, you know TMZ.
She got broke off for posting that video for leaking that video.
That's why she had the video.
That's what they do.
That's why she had the video. I got some news for you. I need to check. Right.
Somebody come over there and verify it real quick. Like, oh, that's really Odell. Ain't no. You got your whole face in there.
When is he gonna come out and make a statement about this?
What can you say?
You know, this is a problem. Odell 25, 26 years old, and it's obvious that he doesn't understand his brand. He doesn't understand what's at stake.
Right.
He doesn't understand that, bro. I'm not saying you can't go out and have a good time. If you want to go meet your little blue joint in the club and they gonna have a one-night stand, by any means, do your thing. But you can't let her have a cell phone out, man. It gotta be a no cell phone policy when you get in the house, and that's facts. And for him to let her pull that phone out, because there's no way she pulled that phone out and he ain't know what was going on. I don't know if you was that high.
He looked right at it.
If you was that full of that stuff, I don't know what. You know, I don't know if y'all pop some pills. I don't know what exactly what he's all full of. But I mean, there's no way I'm putting myself in that position. There's no way.
You need that thing that, remember that the Chappelle Show skit? you know what I'm saying? We had the little disclosure thing. Oh, you want to hang with me? Hold on. Sign this. Sign this. Sign this.
Yeah.
Okay. So right, this is a legal document. Don't play with me.
Right. Here's my thing. When you look at yourself as being the coveted wide receiver in New York, you are a rock star. You are doing things beyond just football. Nike just gave you the most lucrative deal among any football athlete. So you got to think about, like you said, your brand. You got to think about who you are. And at the end of the day, who you are as a brand is more important than a woman videoing you, all because she's attractive or not. There is no way. See, here's my issue, Odell. You've been in this limelight now for some time now. First of all, you've been at LSU, so therefore you can't think that this stuff, and you didn't do something similar to this at LSU. That's okay, you're in college, I got that. But this is your 4th season in New York. So you've been up here now going on 3.5, 4 years. This ain't new to you no more. See what I'm saying? This activity, and people want to be around you in this light, is you got to know that you are a big deal. Anything that comes out publicly that you didn't put out there is a big deal. So therefore, you got to protect yourself from letting anybody do something towards you that can affect you and your brain. You know you're trying to get $20+ million. You know what you're after. You know you're trying to set the market for other, not just yourself, but other wideouts.
And Mike Evans just got broke off.
Mike Evans just got broke off. So you know this. You think I'm about to let this come public? You think I'm about to let you have footage of me like this? There is no freaking way. No way. It's impossible for, man, look, she got a bag, look, strip it. Strip the bag. Even if I'm on, what I'm getting at is, I don't care if Odell wants her with a camera phone or not, you see what I'm saying? My team gonna know she can't have one. I may be on that serve tonight, you see what I'm saying? I may not be right here, and that's cool. But my team know, hey, look, here's policy, see what I'm saying? I want to get, man, strip a bag.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I talk to these guys in the league, man. I'm telling you, they got a no cell phone policy, man. Man, listen, it ain't no secret. When you go on the road and you got 40 women that's in the hotel lobby. Waiting. You got another 10 that actually make it up to your floor.
Waiting.
You got another 3 or 4 that's gonna actually get to your room door you in and knocking on that door. Boom, 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 boom.
Most of them.
And at the end of the day, man, ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna put myself in that kind of position. Now, if you Lil Wayne, if you Boosie, if you J. Cole,
that's your lifestyle.
Man, that's gonna add to your credibility when you rapping about.
They have no CBA.
But
they have to collect the ball.
When you
they
in
don't
the
have to
NFL,
take a drug test.
you gotta protect the shield. And the shield is the NFL. And you know you're trying to get paid, man. These people, you are a role model. That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
If you like it or not, you're a role model.
Facts.
So at the end of the day, you got to make sure you put yourself in a position to be successful. And doing that, putting yourself in there with a woman, a fake Instagram model, letting her pull her phone out, dude, you're bad. You're all the way bad. And guess what? If I'm him, maybe I shouldn't say this on live TV, but if I'm him, I'm making a call.
Nah, don't say that. Nah, but
I'm making a call. Man, you trying to ruin me. I got to make a call. You trying to ruin me, I'm ruin you.
I'm honestly
ruin you some kind of way.
Me personally, like if I'm somebody of that status, professional sports with a drug policy, with this, anything like that, and I'm single. Rule number 1: I'm not dating nobody whose name of fame, or I'm not even chilling with nobody whose name of fame is social media. If you are social media, any damn thing, you can be a Twitter model, Facebook model, Instagram model, Snapchat model. What else they got out there? Uber talk show model. If you any type of, you ain't got no time for it. Cause look, yeah, you look good, but guess what? They got a girl right here in the lower night that look just as good. If she real and she ain't on that stuff, she know how to keep her stuff to herself. Right. So I'm not gonna put myself in that situation to even let that be an issue. That's one thing you gotta do, man. Forget having the right arm cannon, all that. Goddamn, protect yourself. If you gotta, you can fake it out in front of the camera. But when it's time for you to just be you, and you can't be you because you got somebody always like this, waiting for you to slip up. You don't need to be around. And that's just facts.
Athletes having, women come to their, hotel rooms is no different. Listen, everyone knows this goes on. This is no different from college athletes getting paid. Like NCAA men's basketball team players. You see what I'm saying? This stuff been going on for a long time. It ain't gonna change. But here's the deal: when you become the star, you see what I'm saying? This ain't like Brandon Coleman.
Hold on. Man, they got a second line going on towards the Superdome right now.
Oh, I gotta be part of that.
For Tom Benson.
That's big.
That's big.
They got a live second line, people marching on Canal Street going toward. They got a Rebirth brass band in there and everything, man.
See, and that's what we talked about earlier. I can't think of any other city who has an owner. If an owner passed away tomorrow, this is what they're doing in this city. For their own. You heard of something like that when the Tennessee Titans owner died? No.
Man,
you think you hear something when the Buffalo Bills owner died? No. But when Tom Benson dies, you got a second line going on. That's going to be trending worldwide in a second. Man. You don't hear about these other organizations when the owners of those teams pass away.
WWL already got it.
Listen, you don't hear about that. Buffalo owner died. What they got going on in Buffalo? Nothing. Memphis, the Tennessee Titans owner died. What's going on around Nashville? Nothing.
Benson, like I said, man, Benson was connected with the community. Connected.
It is different.
Your hard head.
He from here.
From here. It's different. It's different with a guy like that.
When you
passes away.
You know what I'm saying? When you say, what's happening with your Benson, you say, what's happening with your baby? You know what I'm saying? He know how to come back with you. You like, all right. And, man, look.
But
I didn't listen. Before we get ready, I think my producer may have
the video with Odell Beckham.
May have the footage.
And then she ain't even she look good. Don't get me wrong, she look good, but she ain't all that. Like Odell Beckham, you gonna let somebody do that to you, man? She gotta be all the way bad.
You're worse than a Black China sex tape.
But here's my thing.
I really don't think that tape was that bad. Like people saying it was.
Bad.
Listen, I don't think she really put her full capabilities on that tape. I think she was like just
don't let it get out.
Here's my thing. If I'm gonna go that wild, I'm not doing what Instagram out. I'm doing what Ask a Celebrity.
Ask a Celebrity ain't gonna do that.
That's my point. So if they did, we both going down. I'm not doing. See, he has everything to lose, and she got everything to gain. I'm not about to be in them situations. That can't happen with me.
With a damn DiGiorno pizza.
Right.
You think it's DiGiorno?
No, I don't know what the hell it is. I'm just mad that my boy put himself in that situation. There's no big ass pepperonis on the pizza though.
Yeah. She getting the cocaine, or allegedly the cocaine
ready
white powder substance with the credit card.
Listen,
and it's probably his credit card.
There's no way.
He probably ordered that pizza.
There's no way. No, listen. If I'm doing that, it's with somebody who she has to have something to lose too. If that makes sense. Like if I'm gonna do this with somebody and they're gonna have a phone available, man, she has to have something to lose too. That girl ain't got nothing to lose.
Man, he definitely got don't get a D. No doubt about it, dog.
And I don't even listen to them people.
You don't watch Breakfast Club?
Nah.
Come on, man.
I'm a Tom Joyner man.
Really?
Old school, baby. Tom Joyner. My dog retiring, man.
That's my issue. My issue is if I'm gonna do that with somebody and I'm in that class of life, that woman has to have something to lose. That woman got nothing to lose. She got all the game. All the game. And that's the problem. Your judgment. This is your 4th year in the league. Come on, man. Trip. You're trying to set a record-breaking number for your position, for yourself.
But I'm going to tell you something, though. If I'm the Giants, and I said this earlier, like a lot of people been asking me about, man, G, what you think the Giants should do? Guess what? Even though I think that's a bad look, and I don't think he should have been doing what he was doing. You're allegedly smoking weed. You're around cocaine. You're probably getting your nose dirty a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I'm not trading him because you know why? He's going to sell tickets.
Man, look, you know what?
He's going to sell all kind of apparel jerseys. I've said this before. I'm not trading him. I'm keeping him. But guess what? I'm not going to pay him $20 million a year like he won't. I might pay him $12.
I told
so
you.
guess we're going to bargain this. We gonna bargain this. But I'm gonna keep him because I'm gonna tell you something.
3 years.
Odell Beckham is probably the most polarizing figure in the NFL right now.
Period.
He's popular. My mama know who he is. My son got his jersey. My daughter love him.
Grown men getting his hairstyle.
He's revolutionized these kids where he got these kids getting their hair blind with a shade around the side.
Correct.
If I'm the owner of the Giants, I'm not trading him. Guess what? I'm gonna invite him to my house. We're gonna have a little cocktail, little filet mignon.
You gonna have some cocaine ready for him? Hey. Look, man. Let's not act like we don't know how Atlantic City was built.
I'm just
It's in
saying.
New York.
I'm just saying. We're gonna have a little meeting, and I'm gonna be like, look, Odell. I'm not talking about me as a person. I'm not talking about me as a person. I'm just talking about how these owners probably thinking. He's probably gonna be like, look, I get my nose dirty too, but I don't wanna let nobody put it on TV and put it all in the open. Get your nose dirty, but make sure you do it behind closed door with no cameras.
Get your nose dirty with me.
I'm not gonna hold us against you, but you know I can't pay you $20 million a year because everybody know about it now. But I'll pay you 12 and a half, baby. That's cool. That's how I do it.
That's boring.
I'm not trading him though.
Oh, no,
I'm not trading him. He gonna sell tickets.
No.
He gonna sell a lot of apparel for you. You gotta keep him in the building. You gotta keep him.
I'm telling you, he
ain't trading.
You gotta keep him.
That's dead.
Look,
You gotta keep him.
That's why I said earlier. Look, what he just did, he just gave all the leverage to the Giants to keep him, to pretty much lease him for 3 more years.
Yeah.
Exercise the 5th year, get
Franchise.
the double franchise back to back, and then by then
He near 30.
you know what I'm saying,
You let him walk.
he done messed up that big payday that he could have got a double big payday, but now you just
At that point in time, if he's still valuable or if he's still a good player, you can talk about it. If not, you did what you had to do. He did what he did what he can do for this brand. And
I'll tell you what it did is though, it's a hell of a coaching point for college coaches and high school coaches out there. This a guy that got it all. And look how easily it's taken away from him.
See, well, I'm gonna tell you what he messed up at though. See, what he should have did was, he got to take it back to the 2000s, baby. He should have put on tape. You know,
gotta have collateral.
Man, you gotta have collateral, man. He should have had on tape. He should have had on tape, doming him up, busting up, and guess what? If she would have posted it, guess what? He should have made a fake Instagram account, a fake Facebook account, and posted it all on social media.
But they ain't gonna do. But you gotta think, she an Instagram person. They ain't gonna do nothing but boost her up.
Nah. That's gonna tear down now.
Look,
That's gonna tear down.
Man,
Instagram model wants you to perceive them as somebody that's classy.
And guess what?
Come on now.
Bane Brothers gonna knock on the door. Look, you know that $20 million that Odell about to get? You can get it for doing 2 shows with Ron German. Here you go. We see what you got. You got some skills, baby. Everybody win.
He should have put on tape, man. He should have put on tape. See, Odell Beckham, man, he messing the game up.
Justin Harvey said, man, she would have loved that.
See? Told you.
She can double exposure.
And guess what? She probably got the video of her getting bust up. Look, if she got the video of him getting his doobie on with her cutting the cocaine right there in front of her, they probably put that was the extra little seasoning that they put on the pizza. Because ain't none of the pizza was eaten.
I'd have recorded the piss out of her. Because I knew he saw the phone in her hand recording it. Guess what?
And he looked right at the camera like, yeah, I see you.
Man, I'm telling you, I'd have pulled my phone out so goddamn fast, and I'd have recorded that thing, sent it to the vault, and had that bitch in the chamber, ready for when you want to do something stupid.
Yeah, if you that classic guy, you gotta have some ready for counteract this. Right now, you're quiet.
Justin Harvey made it. We in that Kim K era. Hey,
But see, Kim Kardashian was already famous.
I didn't know who she was before Ray J.
She was. I won't say she was already famous around that time before that tape came out, huh?
She was just a model. Nobody.
So she wasn't famous around that time.
She wasn't. Well, put it this way, she wasn't famous in the black community.
Right.
Maybe in LA, yeah, she was somebody.
And then she came out with the nudes. Y'all remember that?
But
she came out with the nudes.
But the
she
Ray.
She had the picture in the shower like this.
But Ray.
Now the thing about who took them pictures? Or she had the time on her phone.
I don't know. But all I know is when Ray J bust up, I was like, man, who Kim K? And then I was like, oh, she dated Reggie Bush? Oh,
Ray J could have done a better job on the team.
Yeah, he could
have done a better job.
Yeah, he was
C plus.
Eddie Gotro said, get the fuck out of here, Odell. Stupidity. Don't put yourself in that situation when you're negotiating.
That's what I'm saying. There you go.
There you go.
That's just the bottom line.
Bottom line.
Bottom line. You're in a contract year, dog. You're in a contract year. I'm telling you though, the Giants, they ain't gonna trade him. They gonna keep him. They know they need him because he gonna sell tickets. He gonna get him up. The Giants franchise a lot of publicity and all the apparel that he gonna sell with his jerseys and stuff like that. The bobbleheads. It'll be stupid to trade him. But they're not gonna pay him $20 million a year. It ain't gonna happen.
That's it.
It ain't gonna happen.
If your agent calling me about $20+ million, I'm telling you, he's getting a 5th-year option and 2 franchise tags waiting in front of him. That's what I'm telling you.
Now, I'll tell you what,
that's the future for your client.
What you do?
Come play football.
Now, what you do is you keep your head down, clean your image up, ball out this next year. The way the Giants been spending money, guess what? They might not can franchise your ass 2 years back to back. They probably can only franchise you 1 year because they got a lot of money. Olivier Vernon getting money. Akeem Ayers getting money. I'm not Akeem Janoris Jenkins getting money.
I thought they released Roger Kamadi.
And they got Landon Collins coming up.
Yeah. Then also you got I can't think.
JPP.
The damn linebacker they just got from Denver.
From the Rams.
Not Alec Ogletree.
Not Ogletree.
That was a hell of a move.
Hell of a pickup. Hell of a pickup.
He didn't like it at first, but now he. I see the video. The proof is on FanView Live. You didn't like it at first.
I ain't like it at first.
No, I'm telling you, man.
He
don't understand football, man. He don't understand players, man.
The analytics is your best.
That's what you do.
Route.
You stick to the stats.
Stick to the analytics, the numbers.
Because when you see what these guys do in the trenches, and you see the stuff that Alec Ogletree does.
Stay in your lane.
Woo.
Stay in your lane.
I think that's our time, fellas.
Yeah, it's getting
Cause we got the pleasure hour.
Coco.
Coming up at 9.
Love with that Coco.
Quick, though, who y'all got in your Final Four? Final Four the NCAA tournament.
I got Duke, North Carolina. I got a Duke North Carolina championship.
Listen.
You know what? You goddamn kill me. You always want to try to make this about y'all.
Listen, I'm a Duke
I
fan.
didn't even say that.
Y'all want to make this about y'all and make it
I'm a Duke fan.
benefit you and your rivalry type stuff.
I don't have Duke in the Final Four.
You ain't a true Duke fan. I don't want to hear you say you a Duke fan no more.
To me, I got Michigan State, Villanova, Gonzaga, Virginia.
I don't want to hear you say you. Man, Virginia ain't gonna make it past Arizona, boy. Hold on, hey, what did that? Who did I say you had winning?
I got Duke winning it.
Oh!
My Final Four is Duke, Texas Tech, Xavier, Arizona. I got Arizona and Duke going at it in the championship, and I got Duke winning it all. I said before the season started, what I said. Well, y'all got Marvin back. I said, y'all might as well cancel Christmas. Duke gonna win it all this year. So I got Duke winning it all.
You said that, my brother.
I hate Duke for an out. Whoopi Goldberg go.
Is they black?
They black now. You going with the pedophiles, huh? Whatever you think. Whatever you think.
No, I ain't gonna lie. How I always do my bracket. I always pick Duke and go straight to the championship. Then I just go off of that. That's how I've always picked my bracket. That's how I've done it. It's not gonna change. But my Final Four is Arizona, Arizona versus UNC, and Florida making it to play against Duke. I got my Elite Eight. Well, Miami fucked up my Elite Eight. I ain't gonna lie about it.
I had them in the Elite Eight. I had mine in the Elite Eight.
I ain't gonna lie about it. Fucked up my Elite Eight. But I honestly think one of the best games in the tournament potentially could be this the Arizona team. No, I'm sorry, not the Arizona, Kentucky. be in the round 32, which would be the next round. If Kentucky, ooh, shit, they won. Number 78-7. Come on, San Diego State. They don't got you put in the upset.
So far. Well, you know what? I have San Diego State winning that game too.
Damn, Seton Hall won. I had North Carolina State with an upset.
I had NC State too.
Oh man, it's crazy. I went back and forth about the Rhode Island Oklahoma game.
I picked Rhode Island.
And I picked Oklahoma in one bracket, and then I picked Rhode Island in another bracket because that's how.
Oklahoma just was playing this. At the end of the year, they was just playing too inconsistent to me, so I just went with Rhode Island because I was like,
hey, y'all see the live little on the second line they got going on?
They cutting up.
They cutting up right now.
I think the reason why I picked Oklahoma in my main bracket because I didn't know nothing about Rhode Island. I was like, I don't know how good that 7th seed really is. I don't know you.
I watched Oklahoma last 2 games. I just like okay, this team is just they fall apart. I can't expect them to get out of the first round. It wasn't because of seeding. It was just because they were just falling apart. I just feel like that Trae Young didn't have one of those superb, spectacular games.
He had a good game.
He had 28 points. He had a good game, but if it was like one of these mania games that he was having at the beginning of the year, I didn't see him going very far. So I just had them exiting it out early. Just Rhode Island take them out, which they did. Miami messed up my bracket. I had them in the lead in. For them to lose to Loyola,
Chicago.
I was just like, by 2, I was like,
They ball up there. They ball up there.
they messed up my bracket. They messed up my bracket big time.
Man, I didn't see DePaul in the bracket, man. That's the first time in a long time to not see DePaul.
I don't think DePaul made it.
No, I'm saying that's the first time in a long time to not see a DePaul team in there.
Or George Mason. You know, one of those kind of teams always seem to get in there somewhere like that. George Mason or DePaul, you know, not the tournament, which is.
But man, that's it. We got, any closing remarks? We got the show behind us.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, rest in peace, man. Tom Benson, man. The pie, I mean, what he did for this city, what he did for this community, man, will never be forgotten.
No.
I mean, that's all I knew. Like I said, I was born in 1984. You know, all I know is Tom Benson. All I keep playing in my head is him walking around the Superdome dancing with that umbrella second lining.
Right.
You know, he was a genuine dude for what everybody say, and just seeing how he touched this community from the businesses to the hospitals to these universities. He's done so much. He's not gonna be forgotten. I can only imagine how his homegoing is gonna be, and the people that's gonna speak and the things they're gonna say about him. I just hope that the way, you know, everything that happened with his kids and his grandkids, all the confusion and all the stuff that went on with that, I hope that it all gets taken care of, and you know, and he can rest in peace and not have to, you know, and the rest of his family don't have to worry about what's gonna happen with the team, what's gonna happen with his money and all those kind of things. I hope it all goes down and they can come together and have some kind of unity, you know, with him. And shout out to his wife Gail, being there by his side through all of this, man. I hope they do all right. I hope that his family do all right, man, and send her out on a good note, man, and be there for her in her time of need. Because I'll tell you, man, I can tell that, you know, throughout all of this that's been going on, she has been right by his side through it all. Right. And like I say, a lot of different people been saying, you know, she is a genuine person and she was genuinely there for Tom Benson, not for the money, not for the fame, but genuinely there for him. So, you know, that speaks volume about her, and he gonna be missed, man. I can only imagine what they gonna do for him for the first home game. I can only imagine what they gonna do. You see how they second line right now?
It's gonna be epic.
In the city right now, man.
They may have a second line before the show starts.
Yeah, it's gonna be big, man. It's gonna be big.
That's gonna be a big deal.
He lived his life, died at 90 years old. You served your purpose, Tom Benson, man. Rest, man. Go ahead and get your rest. Who that?
Yeah, that's all. At the end of the day, again, that's all as fans that we know is from our owner. It's Tom Benson and what he contributed to the city of Milwaukee. Man. I just wish that for his family's sake, not make this about the business, but make this about him. You know, and coming together as a family in his time of he's gone now. So whatever y'all had going on, it's not that important. Not like from a business perspective, but how y'all felt about each other. This is about time, you know. This is about public media and this and that. This is about y'all as a family coming together. Because as a community, we hope for that. You see what I'm saying? We want to see these two franchises stay here. But rest in peace, Tom Benson.
Short and sweet. Rest in peace, Tom Benson. And I hope the McKnight family's got the justice that that they've been waiting for. But this is FanView. Coach Hurricane here.
This is your boy Fred.
G Sports, man. We signing out.
Tune in next week. Each and every Thursday, man, 6 p.m.
And hey, we're going to start putting up polls on Twitter, baby. Check us out, baby.
FanView NOLA on Twitter. Check out the polls on Twitter and get interactive. Hit the like button. And again, people who y'all have friends or family with, like the page, share with friends. We deeply appreciate it. FanView Real Fan Talk Sports. We out.
We'll be back after this. It's been 21 years. New Orleans is in the history books. First playoff roll ever. For Hank Strand, this is Tim Brandt saying so long from the Superdome. Where the final score was New Orleans 44, Tampa Bay 34.
Really looked like he should have had that ball, Timmy, didn't it?
It sure did, but it doesn't matter now.
One thing about this crowd, they'll all be all worn out before the playoffs start.
How'd that guy get in? Testaverde. Incomplete, intended for Carrier. Carrier's got 8 catches today. Hilton Mack broke it up. 9 seconds remain. You're right, Mr. Benson. You're home free.
And Mark Carrier's got have to have a lot of friends here from Nicholls State.
It's over. Hold it, there's a flag. There's a flag. Game is over. It's over now. We'll be back after this. It's been 21 years. New Orleans is in the history books. First playoff roll ever. For Hank Strand, this is Tim Brandt saying so long from the Superdome. where the final score was New Orleans 44, Tampa Bay 34.